300 years ago, there was a great war between humans and monsters. During that time, there was one man who saved humanity and stopped Earth from turning into hell. His name was Gwisa. Now, in the present, 300 years later, Miok is living like a normal human. He helps an old woman, carrying her heavy luggage up a long and steep staircase. As a reward, the old woman gives Miok an energy drink. But instead of getting energy after drinking it, Miok suddenly loses all his strength and collapses unconscious. Then we find out that the old woman and her grandson are involved in organ trafficking at a nearby mill. When the grandson uses a surgical knife to cut open Miok's stomach, he sees something terrifying inside. Because inside Miok, there's a woman sitting. Suddenly, that woman rips through Miok's body and comes out, and immediately turns the old woman and her grandson into monsters using her hair magic. She is about to turn Miok into a monster too, and make him her servant. But just as she is using her hair magic on him, Miok suddenly gets up and bites off one of the witch's fingers. Then he punches the witch so hard that she crashes through 2 walls and flies away. But the old woman, now a monster, grabs Miok and slams him down hard. The grandson, also a monster now, starts beating Miok up badly too. But just then, the witch emerges from the debris of the wall and says, "Wait, don't kill him yet." She inserts her hair into Miok's mouth and pulls out his soul, and then eats it. The moment his soul is taken out, Miok suddenly starts aging rapidly and looks like an 80-year-old man. At that moment, old Miok thinks to himself that he can't die yet, so he gathers all the remaining energy left in his body and uses a very ancient technique. He focuses all his power and releases it through his rear end, breaking free from the witch's hair grip. Smashing through the roof, he escapes from there. The witch then tells her monster slaves there's no need to catch him because the hell demon has awakened. The scene then shifts to a boy named Goyoung, who is being bullied by his childhood friend, Jongbo. Jongbo says, "It's your birthday today, right? Here, take these chocolates and eat them." Goyoung replies, "This is a bit too much." Just then, Jongbo slaps Goyoung hard and says, "Don't talk back! Finish all these chocolates before I get back. I'm bringing beer for you. And you better drink that too." Saying this, Jongbo leaves. Goyoung eats so many chocolates that he starts vomiting. While puking, he sees an old man approaching him. And this old man is none other than the monster hunter, Miok. Just as Goyoung is about to call 119, Miok says, "The hell demon has returned." Goyoung thinks maybe this old man has gone senile, and he's about to make the emergency call when Miok suddenly grabs his hand and says, "The hell demon has returned. If we don't act fast, this earth will become a living hell." Goyoung, confused, asks, "Then what should we do?" Miok slowly stands up and says, "You have to eat me." Goyoung stares at him and says, "What nonsense are you talking about?" Suddenly, Miok grabs Goyoung's face, stretches his mouth wide open, and literally dives into it, like a snake crawling into its burrow. Goyoung is left stunned, having no idea what just happened. Just then, Jongbo returns, holding a bunch of beer bottles and says, "Now you'll have to finish all of these." But at that moment, Goyoung's mouth opens unnaturally wide, like an elephant's trunk, and swallows half of Jongbo. Jongbo barely manages to force himself out, using all his strength. Shocked and terrified, he yells, "Miok, the monster devourer!" Before Goyoung can even process what's happening, Jongbo kicks him straight in the mouth and transforms into a dog-like monster. He starts viciously beating Goyoung, punching, slamming, and finally picking up a whole tree and smashing its thick trunk straight into Goyoung's mouth. Jongbo is now ready to devour Goyoung. But in that moment, Goyoung's mind is flooded with memories of everything he's endured in life, all the suffering he silently bore, in hopes that one day it would all end. But it never did. Something snaps. Goyoung throws a single punch at Jongbo, with so much force that half of Jongbo's shoulder gets obliterated. Jongbo, now terrified, begs, "Please don't kill me. We're childhood friends, remember?" But a voice echoes from within Goyoung, "Finish him." And then Goyoung delivers another punch. This time, Jongbo's neck snaps completely. And just when Jongbo's soul tries to escape in the form of a dog, Goyoung's mouth suddenly becomes huge, and he ends up swallowing Jongbo whole. Goyoung sits there in shock, wondering if he really killed his childhood friend Jongbo, or if this is just a dream. Suddenly, a voice comes from his belly. And it's Miok's voice. She says, "From now on, you are Miok. This is your destiny. It's you who must save the world now. Monsters are now entering the human world from hell. They eat humans, and there are 2 types of monsters. One that eats human meat, and the other that consumes human fear. I'll leave everything to you now," Miok says, and disappears into his belly. When Goyoung goes to school, he notices that Jongbo hasn't shown up. That means what happened yesterday wasn't a dream. Soon after, Jongbo's friends come and ask Goyoung where Jongbo is and why he hasn't come. Goyoung says he doesn't know. They warn him not to mess around again and leave. A little later, Goyoung starts to feel extreme pain in his stomach. He runs to the toilet, and while sitting on the seat, he starts thinking, what just happened? Jongbo was his only real friend in this world, and to him, Jongbo was the kindest person on earth. But suddenly, his butt starts glowing, and out of it comes Jongbo. completely naked. Go-young yells, "What the hell? I just pooped out Jongbo!" Jongbo opens his eyes and is shocked to see himself like this. He says, "Wait, we were just going to the computer room to play a game. How the hell did I end up here, naked in the school bathroom? And why has my body changed so much?" Go-young is also completely stunned. We're then shown a flashback scene where Jongbo and Go-young are heading to the computer room to play a game. But suddenly, a strange-looking dog appears out of nowhere. The dog attacks Go-young, but Jongbo jumps in to save him and ends up getting bitten instead. The dog dies instantly after the bite. However, after this incident, Jongbo changes completely. The boy who was once kind becomes cruel, and he starts bullying his childhood friend Go-young. But now, in the present, we see that Jongbo has turned back to how he used to be, and Go-young is overwhelmed with joy to have his childhood friend back. Tears start flowing from his eyes. Jongbo asks, "Why are you crying?" Go-young replies, "It's nothing, you wait right here. I'll go get you some gym clothes." But as soon as Go-young steps out of the bathroom, he sees that a tall, creepy monster has turned the entire school into terrifying, smiley monsters. Anyone it bites becomes one too, just like a zombie virus. Go-young quickly slams the door shut. The monsters start banging on the door loudly and shout, "How long do you think you can protect yourself? Sooner or later, you'll be ours." Now Go-young is thinking, just when I finally got my childhood friend back, this is happening. But he doesn't want to lose him again. So he takes off his shirt, hands it to Jongbo and says, "Put this on, and thank you for protecting me when I was weak, and now it's my turn. I'll be back soon." And then Go-young opens the door. The monsters admire his courage and say, "You're a brave one, coming to us all on your own." That's when Go-young replies, "I won't take this anymore. I am not just anyone. I am the monster devourer." Then a horde of half-monsters, on the orders of that old monster, attacks Go-young. There are so many monsters that they completely cover Go-young, and they start chewing on his arms and legs. And when the old monster tastes Go-young's flesh through the half-monsters, he finds Go-young's taste disgusting. Then we see that Miyok is with Go-young, and Miyok asks Go-young, "Why aren't you fighting back? If this keeps going, in just 1 minute, all the skin on your body will be gone, and only a skeleton will remain." Go-young replies, "But they're all humans. How can I kill them?" Miyok says, "So what? Don't you remember when you were bullied and always harassed? These people never did anything. You were bullied in front of them, and they just turned their faces away. There's no difference between them and monsters." But Go-young replies, "No, they were just scared, weak. That's why they couldn't help me." But even in this world, there are people like Jongbo who help others without caring about themselves. I can't attack them. They are scared humans just like me. Then Miyok says, "You've passed the test. I just wanted to know if you hold hatred towards humans, because a monster hunter must never have hate for humans." And then, Miyok explains that the gate of hell has only cracked for now, which allows only the souls of hell's monsters to enter the human world. These souls are powerless, so the monsters enter human bodies and survive for 30 days. Because if they survive in a human body for 30 days, they can transform into their monster form, meaning they gain their real power. And after 30 days, there is no way to save the human body possessed by the monster. The only way is to destroy that human body. But you are different. You can heal the possessed humans by eating them. When you eat them, the monster soul gets digested in your stomach, but the human body comes out through your rectum, just like Jongbo. But remember this, if you have even a little hatred for humans inside you, then you'll digest the human body along with the monster. And keep in mind that the secret of your power is your hunger. The more your hunger grows, the stronger you become. Then we see Go-young shove 10 to 20 half-monsters into his huge mouth and swallow them, and he swallows the remaining monsters too. The old monster is shocked to see this, thinking, "What the hell is this thing?" And then, in the blink of an eye, Go-young rushes toward the old monster and bites off one of his arms. But the old monster's arm tastes incredibly good to Go-young. So tasty that he had never experienced a flavor like that from anyone, and now Go-young wants to eat more. Then the monster grabs Go-young's head and slams it hard into the ground, and is about to punch him again when Go-young grabs his arm and punches him in the stomach with a blow on the level of a black flash, then opens his huge mouth and is about to eat the monster. But somehow, the monster pushes Go-young away and runs off. Go-young chases after him. Now the monster has only one option left. He makes a contract with the red and blue monsters inside his eyes, promising that if they save him from Go-young, he will let them eat 100 pure humans. After that, 2 monsters, one red and one blue, emerge from the old monster's eyes. They are incredibly fast and immediately attack Go-young. Go-young couldn't match their speed. He couldn't even track them properly to land a proper hit. So the red and blue monsters beat up Go-young badly, because they had another technique. They could travel through the bodies of half monsters, meaning they could move from one body to another, making it even harder to land an attack on them. Go-young was trying to think of a way to defeat those two monsters when he suddenly remembered that he would use Jongbo's monster ability because he had digested Jongbo's monster. And Jongbo's monster's ability was a super sensitive nose, meaning he could understand smells. And by using smell, he could imagine where the enemies were, even with his eyes closed. And that's exactly what happens. Because of the smell ability, he's able to attack the monsters. He beats them both badly, and then consumes both of them. But since he was smelling the monsters using Jongbo's ability, he really liked their scent, and it was increasing his hunger, which caused one of Go-young's eyes to start looking monstrous. And then he attacked that same old smiling monster again. He first bites off one of the old monster's arms and says, "The taste of your flesh is something else. I love it." Then Go-young opens his big mouth and eats the entire old monster. Only the monster's head is left, which he slowly eats like a snack. But just then, Jongbo arrives. And seeing Go-young in that form, he gets extremely scared and runs away. Go-young couldn't explain anything to him. Meanwhile, on the other side, Bodhisattva Chionok, who is the Gojo Satoru of this world and the head of a monster hunt organization, sends one of his special teams to exorcise a Godzilla-sized giant snake monster because it was causing destruction in the middle of the city. The special team approaches the monster via helicopter and jumps out from it, using parachutes that have special exorcist mantras written on them to weaken the monster. The monster then opens its mouth, from which several tentacle-filled mouths emerge and attack the special team of exorcists. Many exorcists are killed. But then a female exorcist lands directly on the snake monster's head and stabs two huge knives into its skull. She stands on those knives and starts chanting mantras, while other exorcists in the helicopter begin playing musical instruments loudly, which causes the monster to go through extreme pain. Its condition deteriorates rapidly, and within moments, the monster is reduced to ashes. After the exorcism of that monster, Bodhisattva Chionok gets a message through wireless that the special team needs to head immediately to a school where a monster teacher has attacked, turning humans into half monsters. And this monster is so dangerous that within a few days, it could turn the entire world into half monsters. But when the special team reaches the school, they find out that the monster has already been killed. All the children are safe, and they only have bite marks from human teeth on their bodies. Hearing this, Bodhisattva Chionok is shocked, because aside from their organization, who else is out there fighting these monsters? Meanwhile, the same hair witch seduces people using her beauty and gathers them in a secret basement where she consumes their souls. Because she needs to consume the souls of 666 humans in order to open the hellgate that lies in her stomach. The next day, a police officer arrives at the school to question the students, to find out what happened the previous day at the school, but no one knew anything. And the officer questions Jongbo about the previous day. But Jongbo is scared, which raises the officer's suspicion, and he asks if Jongbo saw anything, like a monster. Jongbo thinks to himself, whether Go-young is a monster or not, a few days ago, I was the monster to Go-young, because I had done so much wrong to him back then. Anyway, he tells the officer that no, he didn't see anything. Just then, Go-young is also called in, and when Jongbo sees Go-young entering, he becomes very scared, which makes the police officer suspicious of Go-young. And when Go-young approaches the officer, a voice comes from Go-young's back saying, "Be careful, Go-young. This man is not a human." Suddenly, Go-young feels pain in his back and asks permission to go to the washroom, and he leaves. There, he excretes the remaining students who were inside his back through his poop. Just then, the officer meets Go-young in the washroom, and now the Myokuisa inside Go-young decides to escape, because the officer has realized that Go-young is abnormal. Then, Go-young uses his old-fashioned technique and blasts off to escape, but the police officer catches him mid-air and slams him from the sky to the ground. Go-young then bites off 4 of the officer's fingers. But the officer smiles and punches Go-young hard with that same hand with the missing fingers. He grabs Go-young's large mouth and keeps beating him while holding it. And then we also get to see the officer's real face, and he beats Go-young until he loses consciousness. Just then, Bodhisattva Chionok's men arrive with a radio in hand, through which Bodhisattva tells the officer to stop. Later, Go-young regains consciousness in front of Bodhisattva Chionok. His hands are tied, and there's a cloth over his mouth. Bodhisattva says, "You don't need to be afraid. We're your friends. We also hunt monsters, and I know who you are. The great monster hunter Myokuisa. For now, we only have this monster as your snack." And a man brings a little girl with tied hands to Go-young. She's extremely scared and keeps saying, "Help me, mother. Father, please help me." Seeing her, Go-young starts to drool, and his monster hunter instincts awaken. But even then, Go-young thinks, how can I even think this way after seeing an innocent little girl? Just then, Bodhisattva unties the girl's hands, grabs her by the hair, and throws her toward Go-young. And right then, we see that the girl transforms mid-air into a giant fat pig monster, and she body slams Go-young with full force and punches him multiple times. But then, Go-young catches one of her punches and says, I'll protect this innocent girl, and in a single move, eats the pig monster whole. Meanwhile, on the other side, the grandma and her grandsons who run an organic trafficking ring trap humans and deliver them to the hair witch. And the grandson brings a fat, ugly otaku, who is a huge fan of monsters, and says, I always wanted to become a monster and work with them. He begs the hair witch to turn him into a monster too, and then the witch grants him a secret ability, which we'll learn about a little later. Meanwhile, Jongbo is walking home, filled with guilt about how badly he had treated Go-young back when he wasn't in his senses. Suddenly, he notices that people, especially girls, are being drawn toward one man, as if he's some kind of celebrity. When Jongbo gets closer, he realizes it's that same ugly fat otaku everyone is attracted to. Because now, that otaku looks extremely handsome to them. Jongbo can't understand what's happening, because to him, the otaku looks like a hideous red monster. And not just that, among the normal humans, many monsters are also walking around. Just then, the otaku monster is seen luring some girls with his charm and taking them somewhere. But suddenly, a group of guys surrounds the otaku monster, and this group is none other than Jongbo's old gang that he had formed back when he was a monster. One gang member says, Jongbo, did you call us just to beat up this loser? What's so special about him? The gang then forces the fat guy to take off all his clothes and even tells him to remove his underwear. The otaku monster is confused. He can't understand what ability the witch gave him. He can't do anything to these bullies, and he doesn't know what to do. Go-young also can't understand why this otaku monster isn't doing anything. Then we see the otaku's skin slowly begin to tear apart, and from inside, a red-colored ugly face emerges, and the smell from that red monster makes Jongbo's entire gang start kissing each other. The whole atmosphere turns into chaotic gay romance, and the red monster grabs Jongbo by the neck and tries to kill him. But just then, Go-young enters and saves Jongbo. Although Jongbo falls unconscious, Go-young starts beating the red monster using his old-fashioned technique. Go-young tries to eat the monster, but he fails, because the red otaku monster is not weak yet, and until a monster becomes weak, Go-young cannot eat it. At that moment, Go-young's energy runs out, and he is unable to use his old-fashioned technique anymore. The red monster beats him badly, and Go-young is unable to make a comeback. The monster was too strong. He shapes his fingers into a bow and shoots his claws toward Go-young. Go-young is in immense pain, and the red monster continues to torture him. But just then, Go-young's inner monster hunter, Myeok-gwisa, awakens, and we see his real form, who had already ripped off both arms of the ugly otaku monster. And this entire scene was being watched by Bodhisattva Cheonok through CCTV, and he was shocked that the monster hunter awakened into his full form so quickly. Meanwhile, the taste of that lust monster was feeling extremely disgusting to Myeok-gwisa, because he felt like this lust monster was Demon King Yomura, and the taste of Demon King Yomura was heavenly. But still, just to fill his stomach, Myeok kept attacking that lust monster and kept eating its body parts, and now only its head was left. On the other side, Bodhisattva calls number 23, the same one who had first captured Go-young and brought him to the Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva tells number 23 to stop Myeok, and even if he has to use his full power in the process, he can. But he must not kill Myeok-gwisa. Number 23 feels very happy that now he can fight Myeok without any restrictions, and he believes that to defeat the Hell Demon, Myeok-gwisa is not needed. He alone has the power to kill the Hell Demon. And here we find out that this number 23 is actually a descendant of Son Goku, and he goes off to stop Go-young. And then we learn through Bodhisattva that Myeok-gwisa, the monster devourer, is also a monster himself. Not only that, he's a monster from the very bottom level of hell. He explains that at the bottom of hell live the weakest and dumbest monsters, who survive by eating each other. The strong ones eat the weak ones. Even newborn monsters are eaten. In the minds of those monsters, there's nothing except the urge to eat. And the most shocking thing is that those monsters don't even have an anus. So whatever they eat just keeps accumulating in their stomach. And eventually, a time comes when their stomachs explode from overeating, and they die. But one young monster from the bottom realized that if he wanted to survive, he had to eat. But if someone killed him, how would he survive? So, to stay alive, he had to kill others and eat them. And then that young monster used a sharp bone to create an anus in himself, so he could eat more and stay alive. And then, he even ate Hell King Yomura. Then we are shown the present scene, where Myeok-gwisa is eating the head of the lust monster. Just then, number 23 makes his entry, and he says, "You're in serious trouble now." But before he can finish, Myeok eats half of 23's body. And it happens so fast, it feels like nothing even happened. But nothing actually happens to 23. We see him him again in full form, because there are multiple clones of him present there. The clones keep attacking Miok, but Miok's speed is so fast that half of 23's bodies get eaten before anyone can even notice. To the eyes, it looks like Miok is just standing still. Then all of 23's clones attack Miok at once. They are so many in number that they completely cover him. But Miok uses his 9-directional technique, which looks like a solar flare, but in reality, it's a deadly laser beam that wipes out all of 23's clones. Because of Miok's technique, the Lust Demon's effect also disappears, and now everyone starts coming back to their senses. Go-young's friend Jongbo also wakes up from unconsciousness, and he remembers how Go-young saved him from the Lust Demon, and then he sees that Go-young is fighting with someone. Meanwhile, 23 is in bad shape from Miok's attack, but he figures out a way to defeat Miok. He realizes that Miok was recovering his strength by eating 23's clones, so 23 stops creating clones and attacks Miok alone. Then Miok attacks him again with that same beam, but this time 23 blocks the attack. However, Miok is now running out of energy and starts reverting to his human form. Taking advantage of this, 23 lands a powerful kick on Miok, making blood come out of his mouth. Now 23 feels sure of his victory because Miok has no source of energy left. But Miok eats both of his own hands so that he can attack again, and he launches an attack on 23, which destroys the right side of 23's body. But after this attack, Miok reverts to his human form, that is, Go-young. But now 23 is beyond furious, and he completely ignores his promise to the Bodhisattva about not killing Miok, and starts preparing a deadly attack to kill Go-young. Just as 23 is about to attack Go-young, Jongbo steps in and says, "I won't let you kill my friend." But 23 is blinded by rage, and he attacks Jongbo. But the attack has no effect on Jongbo. Instead, 23's own fingers break. Then Jongbo punches 23 with full force, knocking him far away. 23 can't understand how a normal human could be this strong. He attacks Jongbo again, but Jongbo catches the attack effortlessly. And then we find out that the Bodhisattva is inside Jongbo, and he is extremely angry at 23's actions. He says, "How dare you disobey me? How dare you not follow Dharma?" And because of the sacred jewelry on 23's head, he begins to feel a severe pain in his head that he cannot bear, and he begs the Bodhisattva for forgiveness, saying, "Please forgive me. I'll never make this mistake again." Then the Bodhisattva lifts Go-young onto his back and starts walking away, saying, "Don't worry, Go-young. I'll teach you how to control this power." And seeing all this, 23 burns with jealousy, wondering why his grandma is showing so much love to a monster. And all of this is being watched from above by that same hair witch and her gang. And the old lady asks, "Are we going to let them go?" The witch replies, "The time hasn't come yet to confront them, but I've already sent the message." From here, the scene shifts to the Bodhisattva's base, where Go-young was resting and recovering. Suddenly, he has a dream. In that dream, he sees the king of hell, Yomra, and standing in front of him is the monster devourer. Yomra praises the monster devourer, saying that he climbed up from the very bottom of hell, where only the strongest top-class monsters exist, devoured every single one of them, and now he's aiming to eat even the great king of hell himself. Still, Yomra doesn't take him lightly at all. He recognizes that the monster devourer is a being created by God, and fights him with full power, declaring that the devourer will end here. As soon as the dream ends, Go-young's eyes snap open. So-young, who was watching over him, immediately reports it to Cheon-yok Bodhisattva. Go-young remembers nothing except that he was fighting a lust monster. He has no idea where he is now. So-young explains that he is at the Bodhisattva's base, and that the monster has already been killed. She is shocked because normally, when a monster bodies are cut or destroyed, it takes hours for them to regenerate. Yet Go-young's arms, which the monster devourer had completely eaten to restore power, grew back in just a few minutes. Go-young then anxiously asks about Jung-woo. Where is he? Is he okay? Right at that moment, Jung-woo enters the room. He tells Go-young that he remembers everything now. When he was possessed by the monster, he bullied and even harassed Go-young, yet Go-young still protected him. Jung-woo thanks him with all his heart. Go-young immediately replies that of course he protected him. They're friends. It's the most natural thing in the world. Jung-woo shyly asks, "Can we really be friends?" Go-young smiles and says, "Of course we can." So-jung watches the scene in complete disbelief. A human and a monster becoming friends. She looks angry. Cheon-yok Bodhisattva had given her the responsibility of protecting Go-young until he becomes as powerful as the original monster devourer, Manhwa. But So-jung hates the very idea of protecting a monster. Cheon-yok knows very well that So-jung has a painful past that makes her hate monsters with every fiber of her being. That's exactly why she assigned this task to her. She doesn't want Go-young to start hating humans. If he ever does, he will begin digesting humans along with monsters, and the new monster devourer will become the greatest threat to humanity. Therefore, So-jung carries the biggest responsibility of all, protecting humanity itself. Suddenly, Go-young's stomach growls loudly. He embarrassedly asks Sojung where the bathroom is. This time, he really can't hold it. When he finally relieves himself and looks into the toilet, he's shocked. It's the same lust monster he just fought. Although Go-young digested the monster completely, he somehow expelled the human vessel alive. Sojung arrives and is equally stunned to see that Go-young really ejected a living human from his body. As soon as the chubby guy starts regaining consciousness, Sojung kicks him in the face and shouts, "How dare you become a vessel for a monster and betray humanity? That sin is as great as feeding a nation to ruin. The punishment is death." The moment he hears the word death, the guy panics. Sojung slaps a talisman on his forehead so he can only speak the truth, and since she can't carry the heavy guy herself, the talisman forces him to walk on his own. Next, the chubby man is brought into a meeting room and laid on a table. Present there are representatives of every exorcism unit in the world. These units were created 300 years ago, after Hell Demon destroyed everything. The highest ranking member, Level 1 Exorcist Cheon-yok Bodhisattva, questions the man. Class 1 Exorcists Cheon, Sujen, and others want information about Hell Demon. Some think it's a Hell Demon trap. One exorcist asks if magic is really stronger than modern human science. 6th Exorcist Nova explains that they're talking about Hell Demon, so science doesn't apply here. The same exorcist complains that no one is trying to understand him. How can they fight monsters with unscientific methods forever? 7th Exorcist Ivan angrily asks why he sold their brand new unit car and why his ability looks so suspicious. The man calmly replies that his plan is to spread electric cars across the planet and to get humans to Mars as quickly as possible. He wants to prove that monsters can be defeated with technology too, not just old spiritual methods. Saying this, he fires his rocket-powered prosthetic hand across the room, puts on his glasses, and declares that very soon, AI will become the most important thing in human life. Even still doesn't understand anything, except that this guy sold their car. Just as he's about to attack, the man punches him first with the rocket hand, saying he doesn't want to kill anyone. He's only showing them the future. Nova instantly grabs the man's arm and teleports him to the North Pole to cool off. While there, mushrooms suddenly start sprouting all over the man's body. Nova explains that Ivan's ability is mushroom-based, and some spores probably stuck when they touched. But Nova has already figured out that the whole drama was staged so the man could observe everyone's abilities. Back at school, Jungwoo is upset about his bad grades, but Go-young comforts him, saying he himself was never good at studying even in middle school. Jungwoo changes the topic and says they should play Coin Unite after going home. All the other students, who have already forgotten about the demon teacher incident, are shocked to see Go-young and Jungwoo being so close. Suddenly, the usual group of bullies shows up and asks Jungwoo what he's doing hanging out with this rat. They tell Go-young to go buy bread for them. Jungwoo gets furious at seeing them treat Go-young like that. Go-young calms him down and politely says he'll buy the bread if they give him money first. Hearing the word money, the bullies get even angrier. But when the leader looks at Go-young's mouth, he remembers the terror of almost being eaten and immediately hands over cash. The narrator explains, when a demon consumes someone with weak spiritual energy, that person's fear gets imprinted in their mind forever, so they unconsciously obey the demon's every word. While walking, Go-young suddenly feels something behind him. He turns around and finds the female bully from before grabbing his butt. She shouts that his butt feels really nice and runs away laughing. Meanwhile, at the North Pole, the man retracts his artificial arm. Ivan contacts Nova on the walkie-talkie, furious about both the car and the punch. Nova brought reconciliation takoyaki from a Japanese restaurant, Ivan's favorite, and explains that the whole fight was just so the man could see everyone's abilities. Everyone manages to calm Ivan down. Then, the atmosphere turns serious. Cheon says that since Hell Demon is currently at its weakest in centuries, they should attack now, instead of waiting for the monster Devour to grow stronger. Many agree. If Hell Demon opens the Hell Gate even once, stopping it will become impossible. They don't have time to wait. Nova worries what will happen if they fail and end up becoming food for Hell Demon instead, making the gate even easier to open. Cheon-yok Bodhisattva firmly refuses. She does not want a repeat of the tragedy from 300 years ago, when all the exorcists attacked together and were devoured. The story flashes back to that past. Cheon-yok sees every single exorcist around her eaten by Hell Demon, who has grown massively stronger by consuming them. In an extremely short time, Hell Demon has already eaten 665 humans. After eating one final human, it will be able to open the Hell Gate. That last human is Cheon-yok herself, from whom intense spiritual energy is pouring out. She decides that rather than letting Hell Demon eat her and open the gate, she will take her own life. But before she can, Hell Demon grabs her and slowly starts consuming her. In that desperate moment, Cheon-yok prays with all her heart that someone, anyone, will come and save her. No, save the entire world from Hell Demon. Suddenly, someone appears, rips off Hell Demon's hair hand, pulls Cheonyak out, and apologizes for being late. If he had come sooner, he could have saved all the other exorcists too. That person is the Monster Devourer at the peak of his power, the original vessel who fully utilized every ounce of the Devourer's strength, Hang Gungyu. Then the Monster Devourer tells Cheonyak to hide in a safe place because it will be hard for him to protect her while fighting. But there was no safe place anywhere around. So without thinking twice, Gwang swallows Cheonyak whole and tells her that she will come out of his stomach safe and sound very soon. Seeing Gwang do this, the Hell Demon immediately realizes that he is the Monster Devourer. But the most surprising thing for her was, why is a Monster Devourer on the human side? Why isn't he supporting the monsters? Gwang tells her that he has a contract with the Monster Devourer. In exchange, Gwang will feed monsters like the Hell Demon to the Monster Devourer until this entire earth is cleaned of them. Saying this, Gwang jumps on the Hell Demon, and the battle between the two begins. Now, from here, we shift to Cheonyak, who is inside the Monster Devourer's stomach. There is a lot of space inside, and along with it, the Monster Devourer's memories are also present, which she starts watching. This is how Gwang's past, before he became the Monster Devourer, is shown to us. Before becoming the Monster Devourer, Gwang was the governor of a village. The people of his village were dying of hunger because there was a terrible famine. Gwang could do nothing for them except pray. At the same time, he was cursing himself that he was unable to do anything for his villagers. When he goes to the mountain to search for food, the tigers there have already killed many of his people. In that terrible time, only his wife was his support. She kept telling him not to lose courage. But now, Gwang had started doubting his own prayers. He prayed to heaven for everyone, but he himself had never even seen heaven. Then, a mysterious person comes and tells Gwang not to bring heaven into all this, because the beings of heaven have no interest in humans. When Gwang asks who he is and why his face is covered, the man says Gwang will soon find out. He hands Gwang an egg and says, "This egg is your destiny." Gwang confusedly wonders how an egg can be his destiny. Just then, the man disappears. Next, we see Gwang and his wife return home. Gwang is happy because now they at least have something to eat. But his wife refuses to eat the egg, saying it is Gwang's destiny. Hearing this, Gwang laughs and teases her. How can an egg be his destiny? When he tries to feed the egg to his wife by gently tapping it on her head, his wife feels pain because the egg is as hard as stone. Gwang can't believe it. Then his wife hits the same egg on Gwang's head to prove it, and he feels the same pain. Gwang thinks the stranger probably played a prank on him. Still, if this egg really is his destiny, he will keep it safe. He and his wife believe that good days will come again. One day the whole village will live happily. The next day, some people come from the government with huge sacks of rice. Enough for the entire village. They say the government is providing this food for needy people, and if the village doesn't want it, they will take it to another village. Gwang immediately says they need it. Hearing this, the man gives a strange laugh and tells Gwang to gather all the villagers. Gwang's wife happily looks at him and says, "See, I told you good days would come. Heaven has heard our prayers." Soon, all the villagers are gathered. The man asks if everyone has really come. Gwang says yes, everyone is here. There's no need to confirm. The man says, "Okay then, let the game begin." And his eyes suddenly change. He opens his huge mouth and swallows 3-4 villagers in one go. From behind, an octopus-like monster stabs the fleeing people with its tentacles, while a third huge physical-type monster starts cutting off everyone's heads with its giant claws. Actually, these 3 level 4 monsters had come in the disguise of bringing food only to feed themselves on the villagers. Seeing all this in front of his eyes, Gwang cannot believe it. Is this a dream? All his villagers who had gathered with hope are dying helplessly right before him, and he is too weak to even run properly. He quickly tells his wife to run to a safe place. But at that moment, one monster punches Gwang and throws him far away. Now, only his wife and that monster stand face to face. The monster grabs her tightly and glares at her. Lying on the ground, weak and helpless, Gwang thinks to himself that he wants to save his wife, and he is ready to do anything for it. Suddenly, a voice reaches his ears. "Are you really ready to do anything?" Gwang looks and sees the voice is coming from that egg. A mouth has appeared on the egg. It says, "Then give me your body, and in exchange, I will give you my power." This creature is Myeokgwisa, the Monster Devourer. When Gwang asks, Myeok explains that he is a monster who was banished from hell for the great king of hell because he tried to eat him. Right now, he only needs a body in which he can regain his strength. Saying this, a small soul comes out of the egg and enters Gwang's mouth. Meanwhile, the huge physical type monster picks up Gwang and tells the others that one human is still alive. Just before it can eat him, Gwang twists its arm, frees himself, and runs toward his wife, who is still in the clutches of the other monster. But at that moment, the squid-type monster stops Guang and asks, "Who are you?" No human has the strength to twist the arm of a physical level monster like that. When the squid-type monster tries to stop Guang from reaching his wife, Guang's eye color starts changing. Right then, the physical level monster extends its huge hand and swings it toward Guang. Seeing this, the squid monster scolds it, saying it almost cut off his arm. The physical monster apologizes and says it got too angry. Then, Guang breaks that huge arm and swallows the entire physical level monster in one go. Seeing this, the squid-type monster is shocked and thinks, "What the hell is this thing?" Guang swallows the squid monster too and goes straight to the crocodile-type monster. That monster is already stunned that Guang defeated 2 level 4 monsters so easily. It immediately attacks Guang with flames, but the flames have no effect on Guang because he had copied the physical level monster's ability and protected himself. Using the copied abilities of both monsters, he attacks the crocodile monster so powerfully that its whole body is torn into pieces. Now the last monster also realizes that Guang is eating them and copying their abilities. That means this is the monster devourer, Myeok-guise. After eating the final monster, Guang clears the entire area of monsters. He immediately returns to normal, runs to his wife and asks, "Are you okay?" His wife asks, "Did they eat everyone?" Guang says yes, those monsters ate all the villagers just for 1 bowl of rice each, and it's all his fault. Because of him, his people died. He is not worthy of being governor. But at least he is happy that he saved his wife. Suddenly, the monster devourer inside him says, "Eat your wife too. She smells really delicious." As Guang opens his huge mouth to eat her, he suddenly stops himself and thinks, "What am I doing? This is my wife." But the monster devourer tells him, "This is not your wife, it's a monster." Instantly, his wife's face color changes. She flies up and says, because of the famine, the number of humans in the village was decreasing, so she and the other monsters decided to eat everyone at once. But Guang ruined their entire plan. What kind of creature are you that eats your own kind? She is actually a special class monster called Moth Girl. Guang cannot believe his eyes that his wife's appearance has completely changed. Moth Girl then shoots a fire explosion at Guang. A huge explosion happens, but Guang walks through it toward her, ready to eat her. She keeps shooting explosions while flying, but Guang keeps moving forward. Now Guang realizes all the dead bodies found in the mountains were said to be eaten by tigers, but no one in the village had ever seen a tiger. During the famine, when everyone else was becoming skinny and weak, only his wife remained the most beautiful, as if she was eating full meals every day. Mouth Girl charges her ultimate attack, a massive explosive ball. Guang, with tears in his eyes, says, "I don't want to kill you." But the monster devourer keeps pushing him to eat her, giving him access to many powers. One of those powers is seen when Guang creates a huge soul mouth on his hand to eat her attack. When Moth Girl sees that the monster devourer even ate her ultimate attack, she gets scared, because now that same attack is coming back at her. The name of this move is 9 Direction Blast. It consumes the enemy's magic and uses it against them. After using the move on Moth Girl, a massive explosion happens. Moth Girl falls flat on the ground, completely defeated. Guang stands in front of her. He still doesn't want to eat her. The monster devourer keeps pushing him to finish her. To manipulate him, Moth Girl changes half her face back to his wife's face and begs, "Please don't eat me." The moment Guang comes a little closer, she suddenly attacks him with her sharp nails. But Guang grabs her hand and asks, "Since when have you been possessing my wife's body?" Then we see a flashback of the real past. Guang holding his real wife's hand, spending time with her. He is apologizing that on their first anniversary, he couldn't bring her anything expensive like jewelry. His wife smiles and says these flowers are not less than jewelry to her. She just wants one small promise. When she grows old, when wrinkles appear on her face and her back bends, he will still give her flowers like this, because she wants to keep the flowers given by Guang's hands forever. Now in the present, Moth Girl tells him that she has been possessing this body ever since Guang bought shoes for his wife. Maybe from the very moment they first fell in love at the Danu festival, their wedding, their first night together, everything is perfectly clear in her memory. Because the moment Guang became possessed by her beauty, he married a monster, not the girl in his memories. Then Moth Girl confuses Guang with her words and secretly prepares an explosion on her back to attack him from behind. Just before that explosion can kill Guang, his body suddenly transforms into full monster devourer mode. In one instant, Miyok swallows both the explosion and Moth Girl together. We can clearly see Guang slowly losing control of his body to Miyok. While Guang is screaming, Miyok shuts his mouth and warns him, "I will never completely devour your body or touch your soul. But if in the future you do anything stupid, I will instantly eat both your body and soul and take full control. Remember this well. If you ever let me go hungry, I will eat your soul instead. We see that Gwang is still holding Moth Girl's hand. Because of that touch, he remembers the promise he made to his real wife. He had told her, in return, you also have to promise me one thing. Even when I become an old, weak man with white hair, you will always keep holding my hand. After telling Gwang all this, the monster devourer returns control of the body to him. In that moment, Gwang cries and tells Myosa, don't worry, I will never let you stay hungry. I will eat every single monster in this world. We can feel the pure rage inside Gwang. After watching Gwang's entire past, a path opens for Bodhisattva Cheon-yuk to come out of the stomach. When she regains consciousness, Gwang is sitting right beside her. His one arm is missing. Cheon-yuk asks, are you okay? Gwang replies that since his body is a monster's body, she shouldn't worry. He will regenerate it soon. Cheon-yuk says she isn't talking about the body. She is talking about his heart. Are you okay? Because you are not a monster. Back in the present, Cheon-yuk tells everyone that 300 years ago, the Hell Demon had the same plan, to gather all the exorcists in one place and finish them off. If Hung Gwang hadn't been there at that time, this world would have become hell long ago. That's why they should give Goyong a little time, at least 1 month. In this 1 month, just like Hung Gwang, Goyong will learn to fully use the monster devourer's power. Everyone listens quietly to Grandma Cheon-yuk's words. Next we see Granny, who has brought 2 more people with her under the excuse of carrying her bag. She feels extremely lucky today because both of these people have intense level spiritual energy. Suddenly, Hell Demon appears and asks Granny, what is this drama? Who did you bring? These 2 are not human. Immediately, someone grabs Granny's neck. The decent-looking guy praises Hell Demon's senses and introduces himself as Dracula. The one holding Granny's neck is Werewolf. Both of them came because they heard Hell Demon is going to open the Hell Gates. But they don't want that, because if she does, chaos will spread in this world. They are here to stop Hell Demon so that their level, 1st and 2nd class, remain stable in this world. Hearing this, Hell Demon laughs and says that 1st and 2nd class are just numbers given by humans. Actually, both of them will feel very embarrassed because they are scared. If more powerful monsters than them come into this world, those monsters will turn them back into slaves. Right now, in the human world, they are the biggest fear of humans. After that, Werewolf slams Granny's head against the wall, transforms, and charges at Hell Demon to punch her. But Goblin suddenly appears, blocks the punch with his own punch, and saves Hell Demon. Still, Werewolf's punch has so much magic force that it bends Goblin's fingers and throws him far away. Dracula says, a 3rd-class monster can never stand against a 2nd-class monster. Hell Demon, I'm talking to you nicely, so don't get violent. But Hell Demon calls both of them pathetic losers and awakens her full power. Dracula also transforms into his bat form because Hell Demon has already created a giant monster from her hair to fight them. In the next scene, we see Goyong, who is still inside his own stomach. He hears the monster hunter's voice, but he can't see the monster hunter anywhere. When the monster hunter tells him to look down, Goyong sees that the monster hunter has suddenly become very tiny and is sitting in a meditation pose. Goyong asks why he's so small. The monster hunter explains that this is a natural phenomenon. It's just the beginning of digestion. Leaving that aside, he tells Goyong why he called him here. To help Cheon-yuk, and if possible, to save the monster hunter himself from Hell Demon. Most importantly, once Hell Demon is exorcised, Goyong must immediately stay away from Cheon-yuk. Hearing all this, Goyong gets confused. First they said help Cheon-yuk, and now after helping her, he has to suddenly stay away from her? Does any of this even make sense? Suddenly, Goyong's eyes open. He is at his school desk. He sees Jimin, the girl who used to bully him, staring at him while blushing. When Goyong asks why she's acting like this, Jimin shyly says she just came to ask if he's free after school because she wants to spend a little time with him. Goyong is shocked. What is going on? Then in her mind, Jimin thinks she wants to find out why she gets this strange feeling every time she looks at Goyong, like she's in love with him. To understand these strange feelings of hers, she will have to go out with Goyong, even though it doesn't make any sense at all. From Jimin's point of view, we see Goyong's face, and just looking at his mouth makes her heart beat like crazy. Suddenly someone comes and tells Jimin, he can't go with you. It's Sojong, dressed in a schoolgirl uniform, pretending to be a student. She adds, today Goyong has some work with me, so sorry, he can't go with you. Seeing her, Jimin feels a little jealous. Who is this girl? But Goyong very sweetly requests Jimin, I'll spend time with you another day. Today, I really have something important. Just hearing Goyong's voice and seeing his mouth again makes Jimin's heart race, and she agrees. Next scene, after school, Sojong and Goyong are on the school rooftop. Sojong explains that EQ is the group of all the exorcists, the ones called EU. The entire ECHU has decided to give Goyong 1 month to become strong, because Hell Demon is getting stronger by eating humans every day. Goyoung has to become even stronger than her quickly and defeat her in battle. From now on, Goyoung's daily task will be to face at least level 4 monsters. Goyoung asks Sojong about the monster levels. Sojong explains, there are total 7 monster levels that tell how dangerous a monster is. They are divided into 3 groups. The first group, the weakest monsters, levels 5 to 7. They are not strong in magic spells, only their physical strength is high. Second group, intermediate monsters, levels 3 to 4. These use some magic spells, and the strength of those spells decides how powerful they are in combat. Third group, the strongest and rarest, levels 1 to 2. If a full team faces a level 1 or level 2 monster, even the whole team can't defeat it. Some of them have famous names like Dracula, Natal Fog, Zombie, Werewolf, and Mummy. Sojong continues, these are ancient monsters that have existed in this world for a very long time. For thousands of years, they have planted fear in people's hearts through comics, movies, and series. Simply put, these named monsters grow stronger by consuming human souls through fear. They don't even need training. They just keep getting stronger all the time. We cut to the fight. Hell Demon attacks Dracula with its huge hand, but Dracula has already transformed into bat form and easily dodges. He even mocks Hell Demon's spell, saying it's not strong at all. The demon tries again to catch the bats, but the bats are too fast. He can't catch even one. Then Dracula prepares his own attack. His fangs are so sharp and clean that they slice off the entire arm of the Hair Demon and eat the center part. The severed arm falls right in front of Hell Demon. Dracula tells her, for thousands of years, I have consumed human souls through fear, so don't take my magic lightly. Back to Sojong explaining to Goyoung. Because these monsters keep getting stronger all the time, our organization once tried to turn that fear into a joke through cartoons and comedy. But the fear of these monsters is still buried deep in human subconscious minds. That means the power of level 1 and level 2 monsters keeps increasing without them doing anything. Goyoung asks, then what level is Hell Demon? Sojong answers that they have no exact data, because only one person has ever faced Hell Demon's magic spells and survived. Hung Guang, the monster devourer. We return to the fight between Hell Demon and Dracula. Dracula tells Hell Demon to fight seriously because she still hasn't used any real magic spell. Hell Demon replies, I'm already using my magic spell. Dracula thinks she's joking, because until now, she has only been fighting with the puppet made from her hair. But that's not true. Hell Demon says she was only using that puppet as bait for his real body. She tells Dracula to look behind him. When Dracula turns around, he is completely shocked. Here Goyoung asks Sojong why monsters come to the human world. Do they come only to eat humans? Sojong answers yes and explains, just like humans, monsters can also become strong through training, but eating humans is a much faster and easier way for them to gain power. Plus, no matter how much they train, they can never become truly powerful while staying inside hell. Next scene, we are in hell. The great king Yomra is about to punish a 56-year-old priest. This priest ended up in hell because he killed 312 women while calling them witches. He did all the prayers and worship perfectly, but he completely forgot about good deeds. Yomra is thinking about what punishment to give him, but he calls Yomura a demon and says, my lord will definitely come to save his child. Yomura pauses and wonders, did the being who created this entire universe really have any descendants? And if yes, why would his descendant be in hell? Then, a little disappointed, Yomura explains, hell is actually a place where human souls are cleaned and sent back to Earth. But a person like this priest, who only did evil deeds on Earth, doesn't even deserve purification. So Yomura decides, this priest will be eaten by monsters. As soon as he says this, all the weak monsters in hell rush towards the priest to eat him and become stronger. The priest holds his cross tightly and says, my lord will definitely save me. Suddenly, all the monsters stop in fear. The priest thinks his lord has really heard his prayer. But right then, a huge hand comes, grabs the priest's skull, pulls him close, and eats him in one bite. That monster instantly becomes stronger. All the weak monsters can only watch. We understand that in hell, only the strong monsters get to eat humans. A weak monster can never take food from a stronger one. That means the weak stay weak forever, and the strong keep getting stronger. After telling all this to Goyoung, Sojong says, in hell, only strong monsters can eat humans. Weak monsters have no way to become strong, so they escape through cracks in the hell wall and come to the human world. Remember, the human world is like a gold mine for monsters. They can become powerful very quickly here. Meanwhile, Dracula is completely shocked because an exact clone of himself is standing right in front of him. Seeing his own clone, Dracula thinks Hell Demon must have used a cloning spell. Hell Demon says no. Her hair is actually a contract that summons monsters. Whatever human her hair touches, that human gets captured and eaten by a hell monster. She can even make contracts with monsters using her hair and turn them into her slaves. Hearing this, Dracula says, I am the main body, you only made a clone of me. Hell Demon replies, "Okay then, why are you the only one alive out of your thousands of bat bodies? Where did all your other thousands of bats go?" Dracula realizes he can't control or call his bats anymore. He has become completely powerless. At that moment, his clone grabs his head and absorbs him, saying, "I am the main body now." Werewolf sees Dracula getting captured and turned into a slave. He remembers that this is exactly Hell Demon's power. She turns every monster into her slave. To save Dracula, he must break this magic spell, which means he has to kill Hell Demon. Werewolf charges magic in his huge claws and attacks Hell Demon with Pierce Claw. Just before the attack hits Hell Demon, Granny jumps in and tries to protect her. Granny tries to block the attack with all her breasts, but the attack is so powerful that it tears Granny in half. Werewolf is shocked that Granny actually blocked it with her bare hands. Goblin sees Granny cut in 2 pieces and gets furious. Before Werewolf can charge another Pierce Claw, Goblin grabs his arm and casts Wrestling Goblin. Suddenly, the place changes. Goblin has summoned the Sacrificial Arena. The place feels familiar to Werewolf. Goblin reminds him, this is the arena where monsters fight by betting their own bodies. Werewolf calls Goblin just a level 3 monster and throws a punch, but shockingly, the punch has no effect. Goblin explains, inside this arena, no attack works on either fighter until the match officially starts, and no one can leave until one wins. Werewolf realizes this is Goblin's space creation magic. Goblin says, "Looks like you live too comfortably in the human world and forgot about this arena. Here we wrestle until one wins. This is the sacrificial arena of our homeland Hell, where the weak have no place." There is also a Vajra warrior statue that punishes the loser. Goblin explains the rules. Whoever's body touches the ground or goes outside the arena loses. Then Goblin offers his own head to the Vajra warrior. If he loses, his head will be crushed. Werewolf confidently does the same. After both offer their heads, the battle starts. Werewolf uses his full strength and pushes Goblin back, but suddenly notices he is using everything, yet Goblin isn't moving. Goblin says the energy Werewolf collected by eating human fear in the human world doesn't work here. Here, only pure physical strength matters, because this is hell. Werewolf is still confident he can beat a level 3 monster. He grabs Goblin tightly, jumps high, and tries to slam him on the ground. At that moment, Goblin says, "Your movements look like someone using real strength for the first time. Looks like after living hundreds or thousands of years in the human world, you forgot how to fight with pure strength." Looking at Werewolf's face, it really seems true. He can't even remember the last time he fought for his life using only physical strength. After becoming a second-class monster, he never needed to. He just kept getting stronger by continuously absorbing human fear, and he never met anyone stronger than him. He had become careless, just like a human who gets money and power and becomes lazy. Werewolf uses all his strength to free himself, but Goblin says it's too late, lifts Werewolf with pure strength and slams him down. Werewolf's body touches the ground. Goblin wins. According to the rules, the loser's head is crushed. The Vajra warrior statue grabs and crushes Werewolf's head. Another small rule of the arena. The winner absorbs all the power of the loser. Goblin consumes Werewolf's energy source and instantly becomes level 2. Outside, Werewolf's and Granny's bodies start fading away. Goblin asks Hell Demon, when monsters die in the human world, where do they go? Hell Demon answers, they reincarnate back in Hell, but they lose all memories and are reborn as a different type of monster. Goblin suddenly feels very sad about Granny and starts crying. Hell Demon says, maybe because your current host body is human, some of that human's memories and feelings about Grandma are coming up. It's just a small side effect of using a human body. These are not your real memories or feelings. Saying this, Hell Demon remembers her own past. She once asked a drowning exorcist girl to give her body. The girl agreed on one condition. Hell Demon must take revenge on all humans and destroy the entire world for her. Next scene, a park late at night. A girl is sleeping on a bench. An older man comes and asks if she is a student and why she is sleeping in such a place at night. Did she run away from home? The girl wakes up and says no. She just came for fresh air and fell asleep. The man says he was worried because he also has a student daughter. If she really ran away, he can give her food. But anyway, she should go home soon, because this area is not safe. Then the girl's stomach growls loudly. She shyly asks if he can really give her some food because she hasn't eaten in days. The man smiles and says, sure, come with me. I'll give food and arrange a place to sleep. His face clearly shows bad intentions. His eyes are on her body. Suddenly someone shouts, turtle monster, stay away from her. It's Goyong and Sojung. Sojung tells Goyong to eat that turtle monster. She explains, turtle monster takes humans to a comfortable place and then eats them. He has eaten many humans together with Rabbit General Monster. Hearing Rabbit and Turtle, Go-young remembers the tortoise and hare story. Sojung says that story was actually written by Turtle and Rabbit General so they could scare and possess humans more easily, but their organization changed it into a children's fairy tale. She again warns the turtle monster to get away. The man thinks Sojung is just a student and tells her to get lost. Suddenly someone bites and chews the man's head raw. It's actually the sleeping girl who is the real Turtle General Monster. Sojung tells Go-young, Turtle General's power is in her legs. Her speed is the fastest among monsters. Don't take her lightly. Turtle General gets angry. You're disrespecting me by comparing my speed with other monsters. But in the blink of an eye, Go-young punches her chest so fast that even Monster doesn't realize when he came close. Go-young says, I only have 1 month left. I must quickly defeat monsters stronger than me and become stronger than Hell Demon. And again, Go-young punches the turtle monster and sends her flying into the air, declaring that he is the monster devourer and will become strong. The turtle monster was no less. She delivered a flying kick to Go-young from above, then summoned her 12 legs around him and kicked him. However, Go-young quickly tears off her right arm. Seeing this, the turtle monster was shocked that all her attacks were ineffective. Now we are shown a short past scene. Bodhisattva Cheonok is explaining to Go-young that to strengthen his 9-direction technique, he must eat more high-level monsters. Furthermore, by strengthening his 9-direction technique, he will reach the next stage, which is called the 9-direction body. As we all know, Go-young uses his 9-direction technique to compress his body's vitals and increase his energy, and he also needs to eat monsters to make his technique more effective. But in the stage of the 9-direction body, Go-young can release the energy of the monsters he has eaten through the smallest holes in his body, even his sweat pores. The tiny holes in our body are our sweat pores. Then, Cheonok asks Go-young to close his eyes and feel the monster devourer's bead, the crystal that is the source of his power. She tells him to feel the monster devourer inside his body. As Go-young starts to feel the monster devourer's power, an aura begins to emanate from the small pores of his skin. Go-young feels this and tells Cheonok that this aura is like a warm sweat that is enveloping his entire body. Cheonok praises him and tells Go-young that he is doing it exactly right. Now, he must release this huge amount of energy. When Go-young does so, Cheonok explains that his body has now become like a sharp sword or a strong shield. Just then, Sojung targets Go-young with a gun and shoots him, causing Go-young to fall down in pain. Cheonok explains that she knows Go-young is in pain, but she doesn't have much time to train him. Go-young must master the formation of the 9-direction body as soon as possible so he can reach the next technique. And yes, Go-young must remember that since his body is a monster, he will regenerate it again. Now in the present, we see that Go-young's speed has become much faster, and the turtle monster, not taking Go-young lightly at all, uses her unique magic spell. With it, she summons her right leg in a giant form and crushes Go-young beneath it. Not stopping there, she summons her left leg and hand as well, attacking Go-young one after the other to crush him. When she stops, she is astonished to see that Go-young is completely unharmed, all because of his 9-direction body technique. We are then shown that it took Go-young 3 days to master his 9-direction body technique. During this time, he endured the attacks of powerful weapons like a tank multiple times, which not only increased his endurance, but also made him appear visibly stronger. Back in the present, Go-young takes a long leap, punches the turtle monster, rips her apart completely, and eats her to become even stronger. Meanwhile, Sojung was thinking that Go-young is getting stronger than expected. At the same time, she was afraid that they were strengthening a monster against the Hell Demon with their own hands. In the next scene, we see Cheonok Bodhisattva sitting in her room, looking at a ring in her hand and thinking that 300 years have passed. Then, Sister Susan enters and praises Cheonok for Go-young's strength, saying that Cheonok knows well how to make a monster strong. Cheonok says it is all natural. She is just doing what she knows. But the most important thing is that Sister Susan surely didn't come to her so late at night just to say this. When she asks what Sister Susan is here for, Susan asks why Cheonok wants the monster devourer to fight the Hell Demon while staying in her heavenly hall. Along with this, Susan mentions that she also saw Cheonok's secret space basement, and there are many barriers in that place. She suspects that the place is not for monsters. Was that place made to confine humans? Hearing this, Cheonok replies that Susan shouldn't snoop around in the house owner's home without permission. Susan then reveals that when she saw the barrier, she remembered something her master told her. Many years ago, an exorcist was trapped in a barrier as punishment for betraying humans by siding with a monster. Susan suspects that Cheonok is that exorcist. Releasing her power, she asks Cheonok if her true purpose is really to strengthen the monster devourer against the Hell Demon, or if she has another purpose behind it. Cheonok also releases her power and tells Susan not to show her God's power. She shouldn't forget where she is right now. Seeing Cheonok's released aura, Susan is lost in thought. She and Cheonok are exorcists of the same level, yet sensing Cheonok's aura, Susan feels that if she fights her, she will lose. Also, it made no sense to her mind why such a huge amount of spiritual energy was present inside a human body. But Susan was about to shoot Cheonok with her hidden gun, named the Bullet of Love and Grace. However, Cheonok disappears from there at the speed of light and appears behind her. Cheonok extends her hand towards Susan, gently grabs her shoulder, and tells Susan that her suspicion is natural. The barrier she saw in the basement was actually created to confine Cheonok herself, not humans. Susan is absolutely right. The exorcist who was punished for betraying humanity is Cheonok Bodhisattva. Now, we see the next scene from 300 years ago, where Cheonok is telling Susan that even after the Hell Demon incident, some monsters would still come into the human world to become stronger. One day, a woodcutter was doing his work, cutting trees, when a strange deer came and started talking to him. The deer said it had been watching him for a long time, noticing that he was very humble and dedicated to his work. He was so busy that he didn't have time to talk to people, which is why he hadn't found a life partner. The deer offered to help the woodcutter find his life partner. It tells him to come to the mountains during the full moon. When all the fairies would be bathing in the mountain lake, he should steal all the fairies' clothes, which would make all the fairies listen to him. He could invite all those fairies to his home and do whatever he wished with them in his heart. And after implanting his seeds inside them, the babies they have should be given to the deer. Quite dear, this deer. Who knows how much of the deer's talk was true, and how much wasn't. But slowly, the deer was transforming into its true form, a monster, and it possesses the man as well. But then, Cheonok Bodhisattva enters and tells the monster to stop all this. But the monster, unafraid of Cheonok, tells her that he has consumed many humans, making him very powerful. Saying this, he shoots at Cheonok with horns made of hands on his head, a kind of laser shot, from which Cheonok protects herself with a large talisman shield. Cheonok covers her hand completely in a talisman, goes near the monster, and punches him, saying that he is nothing compared to the Hell Demon. She sticks a talisman on his face and blasts it. Before she could end the game with a red talisman, the woodcutter possessed by the monster was about to attack Cheonok with his axe, but somehow she saves herself from the attack. Then she sees in front of her that half of the monster's face was gone from her blast. He charges his attack on her again, now much angrier. As he launches his laser attack, we see the attack going somewhere else. We see that the attack was deflected by Guang, who has saved Cheonok once again. Cheonok shouts at him, asking if he will let her become strong or not, and how many times he will keep helping her like this. Guang was about to apologize for his mistake when the monster says, "So you are the monster devourer, right? The lowest monster who eats monsters like himself. How dare you stand in front of me?" Guang immediately becomes serious and eats the monster without any movement, using his invisible mouth. Then, Guang tells Cheonok that she doesn't need to become strong. She can live a normal life like other humans, and Guang alone will eat all the monsters in this world. But Cheonok says she is worried that if the Hell Demon comes to this world again and Guang is not there, will Cheonok be strong enough to defeat the Hell Demon alone to save this world? Hearing this, Guang starts to leave without saying anything. Cheonok felt she had said too much. Guang tells her not to worry about all these things. His lifespan is infinite, and he will prevent the Hell Demon from coming to this world every time, as he promised to protect humanity forever. Now the scene switches. Cheonok goes to her master after being called. Her master asks Cheonok since she is quite close to the monster devourer. Does she consider him a true friend? Cheonok replies, no. They just encountered each other while fighting, and that's how they became friends. Her master asks, okay, so if she is ever in danger, will the monster devourer come to rescue her? Cheonok feels a bit strange hearing this, wondering why her master is asking such a question suddenly, but she answers yes. With a strange laugh, Cheonok's master commands her to help him exterminate the monster devourer. Hearing this, Cheonok explains that the monster devourer is actually a human named Hongdu who saved the world by defeating the Hell Demon. Is he talking about exterminating that person? In response, her master explains that the monster devourer has not yet devoured the vessel of the Hell Demon. In other words, the Hell Demon will always remain in the monster devourer's stomach, and if there is any monster stronger than the Hell Demon, it is the monster devourer himself, whose name is Maguisa. Her master is afraid that if Maguisa starts hating humanity like other monsters, they will never be able to defeat him. Therefore, her master is entrusting her with the responsibility of defeating the monster devourer. But Cheonok says that even if she follows her master's orders, no exorcist has ever been created who can stop Maguisa. But her master asks her not to worry about this and tells her they have a way to kill the monster devourer. Just then, the scarecrow monster, completely bound by talismans, emerges from behind him. Her master explains that this monster contains a poison that can kill Maguisa, and Cheonok's job is to feed this monster to Maguisa, which will kill him. Then, Cheonok's master tells her a few things about the monster that constitutes this monster's body. Some human skins have been attached to it so that the monster devourer will not be able to digest it properly. Also, wild radish flowers have been implanted inside this monster. Basically, this is an herb whose presence is normal in the human world, but in hell, it is a fatal poison that cannot be detoxified. This flower never blooms in the human world. It only blooms in hell, spreading its poison and weakening all monsters. They did a little research and found that the environment of the monster devourer's stomach, after eating so many monsters, must have become like hell. And once the monster devourer eats this scarecrow monster, the radish flower seeds implanted inside this monster will start growing in the monster devourer's stomach, which will weaken him. And once he becomes weak from the inside, it will be easy to defeat him from the outside. But Cheonok had a question for her master. The monster devourer saved all humanity by defeating the hell demon. Is this how they will repay the favor he did? But her master believed that the monster devourer's power is unstoppable. If there is no exorcist who can defeat the monster devourer, that means a monster is more powerful than humans. And her master fears that a day will come when the monster devourer will start hating humans. And when that happens, he will wipe out all of humanity with the snap of a finger. The next scene we see is of a market where many vendors are selling their goods, and people are shopping. Go Young and Cheonok are having their breakfast under a small tent. Cheonok looked quite sad in that moment, while Go Young was talking to her cheerfully. Then, Cheonok asks if she can repay the favor of Gwang having saved all of humanity. Now, we see the scene of the moment where her master was convincing her to kill Gwang. Her master's plan was to throw this scarecrow monster among many people, but Cheonok did not need to worry about this, as this scarecrow monster fully obeys her master's orders. Her master also explains that this monster has been programmed not to attack humans. But Cheonok asks if they want to kill the monster devourer. Can't any other exorcist do this instead of Cheonok? Her master calls the monster devourer suspicious and says that this mission is very important. There is no room for even a small mistake. In the present, we see that Go Young hears Cheonok's words and tells her that if she is going to offer him food, he can't taste human food because his taste only exists for monsters. Then, Go Young takes something out and tells Cheonok that he brought a gift for her, which he hands to Cheonok. Cheonok felt it was quite expensive, but Go Young says it's made of copper, not gold. Then, Go Young thanks Cheonok and tells her that she is the only one in this entire world who talks to him without being afraid. Others are scared of him, calling him the monster devourer. But Cheonok wanted to give this ring to Gwang because she believes she is not worthy of this ring, and she was crying while saying this. Just then, Go Young hears someone shouting, and we see that everyone around Cheonok and Gwang is running away in fear. There was chaos because Cheonok's master's pet monster was there, a monster that even soldiers couldn't stand against and were being killed by. Cheonok tells all the soldiers to step back because they have no role in this. When she sees the dead people, a question arises in her mind. Why did her master do this? But Go Young tells Cheonok that he will handle this monster because how dare this monster kill people in front of him? As the monster's eyes fall on Gwang, he realizes that this is the monster devourer. Then he remembers that Cheonok's master commanded him to show the monster devourer that he is a monster so that he would eat him. The monster was instructed that he could use any means against the monster devourer, no matter how bad or vile it was. We see that the scarecrow monster attacks Gwang with plant roots. Gwang endures it for a bit, immediately grabs him, pulls him close, and hits him with a powerful punch. Before Gwang could eat him, he realizes something and immediately kicks him away, throwing him far. This is because Gwang noticed that the smell coming from this monster, along with the monster smell, was also of humans, and you already know that human skin was attached to the monster's body. Cheonok, who was present there, thinks that she won't get a better chance than this to repay the favor to Gwang. And before Cheonok could tell Gwang about the radish flower seed, the monster attacks Cheonok. Due to this, Cheonok's body gets injured. She can't even speak properly. Gwang immediately eats the monster, then looks at Cheonok's condition. He thought that if he takes Cheonok to the doctor in this condition, she won't survive. And at this time, the most effective way Gwang can think of is to eat Cheonok, which will allow his body to heal her. As soon as Go Young eats Cheonok, far away, Cheonok's master, Jeonwachi, thinks that everything went according to plan, and now he prepares himself to fight the monster devourer one-on-one. A little while later, when Cheonok regains consciousness, she sees that she is in Go Young's stomach, and all the wounds inflicted on her by the scarecrow monster were healing. But immediately, her eyes fall upon her skin, where a flower was emerging. This is the very radish flower that her master had mentioned, which is poisonous to monsters. These flowers grew inside Cheonok's body because that monster had implanted the seeds of these flowers inside her body. And once inside the monster devourer's stomach, they immediately bloom. At the same time, Go-young was in terrible condition outside. From here, we learn that Cheonok's master, Jeonwachi, had commanded the monster to implant the radish flower seeds inside Cheonok's body. Go-young would digest and eat the monster, but not Cheonok because she is human. As long as Cheonok remains in Go-young's stomach, the radish flowers will spread poison in Go-young's body, and he will never digest her to save her. And we see that Jeonwachi appears in front of Go-young. Go-young sees Jeonwachi and asks if this was all his doing, and why he did all this. In response, Jeonwachi explains that he had already planned to kill the Hell Demon. But, Monster Devourer, you unnecessarily came in between our fight, and the fact remains that the Monster Devourer is also a monster who will become a threat to humanity sooner or later. After this, he throws a black talisman at Go-young, which causes a huge blast on Go-young's face. But surprisingly, Go-young survived the blast without using his magic. Now, without giving Jeonwachi any chance, Go-young moves toward him to attack. But by then, Jeonwachi had torn a large talisman, the pieces of which he throws at Go-young. Several women are summoned on Go-young, who hold him tightly. Jeonwachi clearly understood that Go-young's weakness is women, because he can never lay a hand on a woman. Then, he puts another black talisman on Go-young's face, which summons a large azure dragon. The dragon eats Go-young along with the girls, and slams him onto the ground. On the other side, Cheonok was busy trying to remove all the radish flowers from her body. For every flower she removes, twice as many flowers grow back. Just then, she hears a familiar voice that tells Cheonok that the people she was trying to save have now become her enemies. And we see that it is the Hell Demon who is inside Go-young's stomach. Seeing the Hell Demon, Cheonok's question was how she is alive, and why Go-young didn't digest her. In response, the Hell Demon explains that her hairs are used to summon monsters and make contracts with them. If the Monster Devourer digests her along with her hair, he will become her slave. So, he decided to keep the Hell Demon inside his stomach. But the Hell Demon, seeing the wild radish flowers in Cheonok's body, asks about them, as this flower is sucking all of the Monster Devourer's energy. Outside, we see that Jeonwachi's summoning of the Azure Dragon created a huge hole, inside which Go-young is lying. Go-young, in his Monster Devourer form, climbs out of the pit and moves towards Jeonwachi. But Jeonwachi immediately counterattacks, unleashing a flurry of punches, grabs his head, and slams him to the ground. He then takes out his black talisman to finish the Monster Devourer's game, but Go-young eats the toe of his left hand. Jeonwachi sacrifices his toe to kill the Monster Devourer, applying all his talismans to Go-young's body, and immediately, many Azure Dragons are summoned, rushing toward the Monster Devourer to eat him raw. Inside, Cheonok was asking the Hell Demon for a way to destroy these radish flowers, and if she did, she would let the Hell Demon eat her, as she wanted. But the Hell Demon says she can't do that, because this place is the Monster Devourer's stomach, where only his will rules. Until the Monster Devourer wishes it, she cannot even attack Cheonok, because if she did, Cheonok would bounce back. Hearing bounce back, Cheonok asks her to attack her, because getting out of here would be the best thing, and she asks the Hell Demon to throw her towards the exit. The Hell Demon agrees and tells Cheonok that if she meets the Monster Devourer, she should tell him that humans are not worth saving. In the next scene, many Azure Dragons fall on Go-young and explode like bombs. After about an hour, when silence falls, Jeonwachi is astonished by what he sees in front of his eyes. Cheonok was standing before him, alive and well behind the Monster Devourer. He tells her that if she had died, she would have at least saved humanity. But she ruined Jeonwachi's entire plan, saved the Monster Devourer, and also betrayed humanity, because of which she will be known as the exorcist who betrayed humanity. Just then, Go-young's punch lands on Jeonwachi's face with great speed. Seeing this, Jeonwachi was surprised at how Go-young's energy returned so quickly. Does this mean he digested his toe? Jeonwachi counterattacks Go-young again, fighting with his martial arts techniques, whose attacks were becoming difficult for Go-young to withstand. And when he takes out his black talisman, Go-young immediately swallows his entire right hand and slams him onto the ground. Falling to the ground, Jeonwachi takes out his orange talisman, but Go-young immediately catches him and punches him, which Jeonwachi dodges, and instantly, fire erupts from that talisman, which does nothing to Go-young. Jeonwachi understands that Go-young is now digesting humans in his stomach, which is giving him energy to fight him. With an evil smile, Go-young starts punching Jeonwachi's face repeatedly until he becomes completely evil. And when Jeonwachi is in a bad state, Go-young tries to swallow him, but immediately, a talisman stops him. And we see that the talisman was thrown by Cheonok, who stops him because he is not a monster that eats humans, and she tells him to come to his senses. But to the unconscious Go-young, Cheonok seems even more delicious than his master, and as he moves towards her to eat her, Cheonok cannot save herself. But at the critical moment, she shows Go-young the ring he gave her and says, "You said that you treated me like a human. Thank you for that." And these words were enough to bring Go-young back to his senses. When he regains his senses, he realizes what he has done. He immediately puts his hand over his mouth and tells Cheonok to stay away from him because he is now eating humans. That means he has become a monster, and he doesn't want to become a monster that wipes out all of humanity. So he tells Cheonok to kill him. But then someone comes and says that there is another way. If you boil and destroy the monster devourer's bead, the new bead that forms will not make you crave human flesh, and you will not digest them either. However, this will be a new beginning for you, where you will not be able to use the energy of all the monsters you have digested. That means the monster devourer has now become a level 3 monster, and if he wants to become stronger, he will have to eat the energy of other monsters to become strong. But when Gwang moves towards him to ask who he is, there is a barrier around his body that prevents him from touching him, and he tells Go-young that they will definitely meet when the time comes, because it is their destiny. And saying this, he flies away quickly, just like the monster devourer. Seeing this, Gwang understands well that this is the 9-direction technique. After narrating this entire story, Cheonok explains that after destroying his bead, Go-young lived a normal life as a priest, hiding himself among people. And because of destroying his bead, Go-young was no longer as strong as before, as he did not want to become stronger. And as for Cheonok, she was punished for helping Gwang, so she was trapped inside the barrier where Susan saw the place. After hearing the whole story, Susan says that the fact remains that Cheonok truly betrayed humans, because if she had allowed the monster devourer to die at that time, they would not be facing the hell demon for the second time today. Saying this, Susan leaves, and we see that number 23 had overheard their conversation, and he understood why Cheonok is so obsessed with the monster devourer, and why she treats him like an object. In the next scene, we see Jimin, who is talking to her friends about Go-young, asking if he has come to school yet. Her friends tell her to chill and ask why she talks about Go-young so much. Then, as they head toward their respective homes, Jimin also thinks that she has been thinking about Go-young too much lately. Is she really falling in love with him? Just then, she sees a strange, tall woman in front of her who was laughing maniacally to herself. Jimin decides to change her route because she doesn't want any unnecessary trouble. But then, the woman calls out to her from behind and asks if she looks beautiful. And we see that the woman is wearing a white mask. Since Jimin does not want any unnecessary argument, she tells the woman that yes, she looks good. And the woman laughs maniacally, takes off her mask, thanks Jimin, and says that she will make Jimin as beautiful as herself. And as the woman's hand reaches for Jimin, a kick lands on the woman's head. And we see that Go-young has arrived there, who is out on a monster hunt and saw this monster flying. Jimin also recognizes Go-young as soon as she sees him. When Jimin calls out, Go-young looks at her and explains that this is all content creation. He makes YouTube videos, and this is also part of a YouTube video where he is catching Jimin's reaction. But Jimin easily believes him, saying that she was not shocked by the prank. Then Jimin tells Go-young that maybe he should stop the prank now because his friend is very angry. And we see that the monster is standing behind Go-young, very angry. She slashes at him repeatedly. However, Go-young, holding Jimin, manages to dodge all her slashes. And now, the monster angrily takes out her weapon, which is a blade. Then, Go-young tells Jimin that perhaps his friend is upset. He will talk to his friend, so Jimin should leave from here. And Jimin easily agrees, seeing Go-young's heroic nature. And we see that the monster was continuously attacking Go-young with her blade. And Go-young opens his big mouth and swallows her, saying that even if her magic spell's blade hits him, its caster has been eaten by Go-young, so its magic will no longer work on him. But the surprising thing was that Jimin saw Go-young. What did he just do? And she asks him if he is a monster. Go-young had no words to say to Jimin. Now we see them both sitting on a park bench. Go-young had told her everything about the monster devourer. And Jimin asks him, do the humans he eats become afraid of him and follow him as if they love him? Go-young explains, yes, those people whose spiritual energy is strong will remain completely normal. Nothing will change for them. But those people whose spiritual energy is weak might recall their old memories. But mostly, there is a chance that they will start being afraid of him. And now, Jimin got the answer to her question. Why did her feelings for Go-young surge so much? It means she doesn't like Go-young. It was just her fear, as if she was walking on a bridge of fear. Then, Go-young's walkie-talkie goes off, and Sojung tells him what he is doing. Another monster has been sighted here. he should come quickly. And Go-young apologizes to Jimin, says they will meet again, and flies away from there. Seeing Go-young fly, Jimin again felt something. Now, the next scene shows us number 23's past, where he was being created in a lab. He was made from a single hair of Sun Wukong, which was picked up in the mountains. Cheonok was also present there, and was astonished to see that a monster could also be created through genetic engineering. And they created this monster from a clone of Sun Wukong's hair. His energy and vitality will be like Sun Wukong's. Although he looks like Sun Wukong, he is quite different from the original Sun Wukong. And when Cheonok sees that baby number 23's eyes are looking at her, Cheonok tells him that it doesn't matter if he is original or fake. His real role in coming into this world is to fulfill his duty. And you are not the real Sun Wukong, just a human tool that will protect humans. Number 23 was thinking all this to himself. Just then, he is informed that a monster has been sighted in Area C23, and they are sending the monster Devourer to deal with that monster. But he tells them to stop because Area C is his responsibility. But they say that this is Cheonok's order, that the Monster Devourer must go on all missions to get stronger. But hearing the name of the Monster Devourer, he tells them that he will go to his area himself. But they remind him that this is a direct order from Cheonok. But he says he didn't hear properly. He will go himself because it is his area. In the next scene, we are shown a deserted base where many members of the Mafia gang were assembled, having been gathered by their boss. The vice captain tells the boss that all the members of the Tsu gang have arrived, and can he ask if they are going to a great war? Their boss explains that this is a war. When the Hell Demon opens the Hell Gate, all the monsters of Hell will come into the human world, because King Yomra, who orders and controls the monsters, will not be in the human world. So those monsters will wipe out all humans on Earth, which will cause damage to him too. The food chain for food will collapse. But the vice captain says that whatever he is saying is not sinking into their heads. What does he mean? And just then, their boss eats the vice captain's brain in front of all the members with his sharp teeth. And he tells all the members that he has gathered them here so that he can consume all of them and become stronger. And after this, he will fight the Hell Demon and stop her from opening the Hell Gate. We see that a little later, number 23 arrives there. He sees that mafia boss monster who had eaten all the gangsters there by himself. After seeing this, and realizing that a monster hunter has come here, the monster tells him that he had a deep attachment to all these people. That's why he ate them first. Hearing something like attachment from a monster's mouth makes number 23 find the monster quite funny. The monster gets straight to the point. Is he really fighting on the human side against monsters? Because he doesn't seem that strong to him. Then, number 23 remembers his childhood, where Grandma Shinnok was telling him to master only one technique, and that was the cloning technique. Once he masters creating clones, he will become a very useful tool for them. Then, the monster starts saying, why did God create things like heaven, hell, and the human world in the first place? And the beings created by him made their own language to communicate with each other. Think about it. Why don't a tiger and a rabbit communicate with each other? Because they don't need to. Their relationship is that of predator and prey, so there's no need to communicate. However, if a predator eats all its prey, then nothing will be left for it to eat. That's why balance is necessary in life, and Heldeman will disturb that balance, leaving nothing for monsters to eat. Number 23 finds the monster's words quite sensible, but he tells him not to worry, because their organization will soon eliminate the Hell Demon. But the monster says that he alone will deal with the Hell Demon by eating thousands of humans, because by then, he will have enough power to defeat the Hell Demon. And after killing the Hell Demon, the monster promises that he will go back to his usual work, and after that, he will have nothing to do with the human world. But number 23 tells him that in their organization, if any monster eats human flesh, it is simply killed and nothing else. Saying this, number 23 charges at him, and the monster, after coming into his true form, calls number 23 an idiot and punches him. We see that this monster's name is Doc Cini, who is a first level monster. From his form and punch alone, number 23 realizes his power and kicks him. But the kick has no effect on him, because his body is extremely strong, and with just one punch from him, number 23's breath stops. The monster sees that it was number 23's clone, and right then, from behind, many of number 23's clones come and kick him. Doc Cini likes number 23's strategy a lot, and then, with just one slash, he destroys all his clones, and placing his foot on the real body says, when I first smelled you, I already understood that you have never eaten humans. You increase your energy and power through training like humans do. And tell me one thing, don't you think that by doing all this, you have become quite weak? However, I really liked your determination. Let's make a small deal. I will remove this band from your head, and in return, you will fight against the Hell Human with me. You are a part of the blood of the great sage Sun Wukong, but not as strong as him, because you have never eaten humans. Join me. eat humans together, and I will make you more powerful than even the great sage Sun Wukong. It seems you didn't understand my words properly. In our organization, any monster that eats human flesh is simply killed and nothing else. The more times I hear these words from you, the more I like you. Anyway, forget it. It's your choice. So now, die. Just before Doxini can kill number 23, the ceiling behind him starts breaking, and breaking through the ceiling, Goyong enters. As soon as he arrives, he kicks Doxini and saves number 23. Sojung is also there, who tells number 23 to leave this monster to Goyong. The monster stands up, very happy, because today he not only met a fake Sun Wukong, but also got to see a monster devourer. Goyong notices that his hands are shaking because he has never encountered a monster this strong before. And then the fight starts between the two. In the beginning, Goyong was dominating Doxini. Doxini was enduring and enjoying all of Goyong's punches because today was the first time he felt such strong punches. While the two were busy in their fight, number 23 was thinking that it was just a month ago when he faced Goyong. He wasn't strong enough to defeat number 23 back then. But now, look, he is fighting a first-level monster that even number 23 himself couldn't defeat. Then from behind, Sojung says that they need to escape from here. She will create an opening, and he and Goyong should escape immediately. When number 23 asks, Sojung explains that until now, the monster hasn't used his magic spells. As for Goyong, he has already pushed his body's limits today. In such a condition, they cannot defeat a first-class monster. Meanwhile, Doxini notices that Goyong's punches are getting weaker, so there's no fun left in this fight anymore. Therefore, he will now end this battle by using his magic spell. And when Doxini uses his magic spell, he turns into his child form. At that moment, seeing the monster's aura or energy, Goyong tells everyone to run away from here, and immediately, Goyong's head is crushed by Doxini's hands. It basically explodes. Now from here, we are told the tale of Doxini from the 17th century. In a grand banquet hall, a nobleman and his family were celebrating. Everyone was lost in their festival. Then the nobleman, in the master's room of that banquet, a boy wearing dirty clothes suddenly appeared. Seeing the boy's courage, the nobleman orders all his servants to beat the boy, and the servants grab his collar and throat and start dragging him. But surprisingly, the boy doesn't move even a bit. And then the boy urinates in his pants. Seeing this, they angrily pick up wooden sticks to beat him, and they beat the boy so much that the sound of his bones breaking could be heard, and his entire face was covered in blood. But still, do you think the boy fell to the ground, crying and died? No. Nothing like that happened because the boy was still standing in the same position and hadn't moved even 1% from his place. Seeing this, after enduring so much beating and still not moving, everyone starts considering him a divine human. They think they have committed a grave sin by beating him, so they fold their hands and start begging for forgiveness. Seeing this, the boy laughs and says only one word, "Doc." Saying this, he walks out through the main gate, and a few days later, the servants who couldn't attend the festival that the nobleman had organized return to the banquet hall. And what do they see? All the remaining servants, including the nobleman and his family, everyone's heads are burst and they are dead. And after that, everyone named that event the ominous event. And the monster who caused all these deaths was named Doxini. Now in the present, seeing Goyong's burst head, Sojung gets scared. But number 23 tells her not to be afraid. It's just his clone. And the real Goyong is behind her. There, Goyong uses the mouth demon monster's power, summoning a blade in his hand and cutting the monster's neck. But it does nothing to him. Then, Doxini was about to use his spell on number 23 and Sojung. But running, Goyong grabs both of them at the right time and uses his magic technique to escape from there. Seeing Goyong running away, the monster starts chasing them again. Goyong was thinking that among all the monsters he has fought so far, this monster is on a completely different level, and if he fights him now, he will definitely die. So he has to escape from here. But they see that Doxini is still flying and chasing them. To stop him, Sojung throws talismans at him. Although they explode, they have no effect because Doxini's body is extremely strong. Number 23 also tries to stop him with his clones, but the monster uses his spell to make the heads of all his clones disappear. And when Goyong sees that the monster is right under his feet and is about to cast his spell, suddenly the monster gets captured inside a transparent square box, a trap from which he cannot escape. And they see that Noah has arrived at the right time. Noah says that Chiyo the Bodhisattva sent him here to save them. But this monster is stronger than even the upper level, and he cannot trap him for much longer, so they should quickly capture him. He is going to teleport them because the monster is now breaking out of his trap. And as soon as Doxini breaks Noah's trap and comes out, they immediately teleport away from there. And after that, Doxini returns to his human form and says that besides eating thousands of humans, he has no other option, because he wants to maintain the life cycle of this universe. Now from here, we are shown the scene where the great king of hell, Yomra, seeing Monster Devourer in front of him, tells him that he has come out from that rotten corner of hell, where the dead bodies of rotten monsters are thrown, and if his choice is to eat the great King Yomra, then remember one thing. He too is a being created by God, who in the end will always be alone as usual. And then Yomra attacks Monster Devourer with his full Hell of Fire, where Yomra's great Hell of Fire and Monster Devourer's 9-direction technique punch collide with each other. But Monster Devourer is the one having trouble from Yomra's great Hell of Fire. His entire body is burning. Then Yomra extinguishes his Hellfire and tells Monster Devourer, "Eat me." Then monsters will disappear forever, and only the human world will remain. I can no longer be the king of hell. Now I want to be free. And here at the end, we see Jang-gu who is sleeping. Now in the next scene, we are shown Noah, who after encountering Doxini has lost a lot of weight. He is eating those same fried things again to gain weight, like extra French fries and Coca-Cola. Cheonok had sent him in a hurry, and if he had known that he would face a monster like Doxini, he would have probably gained more weight. So Jung tells Noah that he wants to kill the Hell Demon by eating 1,000 humans. Noah explains to him that he doesn't need to worry about all these things. He should just make Monster Devourer stronger. Meanwhile, Goyoung is regretting. If he were a little stronger, maybe he could have defeated that monster. If he can't defeat that monster, then forget about defeating the Hell Demon. Noah tells Goyoung that he is not here to console him. If he really wants to become as strong as the Hell Demon, he will have to eat as many monsters as possible, and if possible, focus on his combat abilities too. Meanwhile, sitting there, number 23 is thinking that in just 1 month, Goyoung has become as strong as a second-class monster, and Goyoung's 1-month training has shown the middle finger to number 23's 100 years of training. And if anyone here is truly weak, it is himself. Then entering the room, Cheonok tells them that to defeat Doxini, she has assigned Evenkai and Jamaniga, and she apologizes to everyone on behalf of number 23 for sending number 23 there, because of which everyone was in danger. Noah says that if he himself had been fully prepared, he would have defeated Doxini. Number 23 has no fault in this. Number 23, apologizing for his mistake, asks why she doesn't teach him any technique besides the cloning technique. Because if he were a little stronger, he could have defeated him. Chanuk tells him to just follow his role, focus on the abilities that suit him. Don't think that you are something that you can defeat many. You are just a tool for us. Hearing this, number 23 remembers Doxini's words, that he is a part of the great sage Sun Wukong's blood, but not equal to him. If he joins Doxini and starts eating humans together, he will become stronger than Sun Wukong himself. Now in the next scene, we are shown a school where some girls are talking about going somewhere. One jealous girl is teasing the other girl. Her negative emotions are coming out, which Jang-gu, sitting far away, is watching, and that jealous girl appears to him in a monster's form. Then, he remembers the day when he told Chanok about this ability to see monsters. About this, Chanok told him that he can see the true form of only those monsters who are soon going to become targets of exorcists. And perhaps Jang-gu can do this because his spiritual energy can sense the surrounding monsters. And this case is also the first time for Chanok, where she is seeing that a human can see monsters in their true form. And when Chanok entered the Jumbu's body, when number 23 and Monster Devourer were fighting, she saw that Jumbu's soul is very pure. She will do some research on this, and from an exorcist's point of view, this is a very unique talent. Yang-gu says that he doesn't want to become an exorcist. He just wants to stop all this and live a normal life. Chanok says that after defeating the Hell Demon, she will research this. Until then, Jang-gu should not tell anyone about this talent, because not only is this talent unique for exorcists, it is also very unique even for monsters. Now in the present, we see Jang-gu thinking about all this while going back home. However, he is also worried about Goyoung because he hasn't come to school for many months, although Goyoung had told him that he needs to become strong to defeat the Hell Demon. But this much time is a bit too long, and then suddenly, the smell of blood reaches his nose, and he immediately understands that a flesh-eating monster is nearby, and the smell is getting stronger. That means the monster is coming toward them, and as soon as the train stops at the next station, Jang-gu shouts and tells everyone to run away from here. Empty the train, because a monster is coming here to eat them. However, everyone hears his words, but doesn't believe him and thinks it's some cartoon thing. But now it's too late because the monster has already entered their compartment, and we see that the monster is Doxini, who has eaten 926 humans. And right in front of Jang-gu, leaving him, he blows off the necks of everyone around and eats them, and now his count has reached 996. Doxini tells Jumbu that he had promised to eat only 1,000 humans, and immediately grabbing Jumbu's neck, he asks him how he knew that he was coming toward him. He can hide his energy and aura so that even the most powerful monster in hell cannot sense him. But how did an ordinary human living in the human world sense him? He tells Jumbu to answer this question, otherwise he will break Jang-gu's neck. The The surprising thing was that Jang-gu was not looking into his eyes but upward, where he could see Deoxyni's true form. Deoxyni thinks that Jumbu has a unique spiritual aura inside him, which he can eat to make himself even stronger. And immediately, the hand with which Jumbu had grabbed Deoxyni's hand starts burning with fire. And when Deoxyni leaves Jumbu and looks at the burning fire, he understands that this is hellfire. He knew he couldn't extinguish that fire, so he cuts off his entire hand and asks Jang-gu that in this entire world, there is only one being who can use hellfire, and that is the great king of hell, Yom-Ra.
Next scene, we are shown Ivan, Kai, and Jamal. The three of them receive a report about Duke Cini appearing again in Area P21. As soon as they get the location, Ivan tells the three of them to move quickly, but Kai says that he does not want to kill Duke Cini. When asked for the reason, Kai explains that Duke Cini is a level 1 monster. It is impossible that he left a single human alive inside the subway. This means that in whichever area he is right now, he must have already eaten the people there. And he had made a promise that when he eats thousands of people, he will fight the Hell Demon. So, this is good for them that two monsters fight each other and die. Hearing this, Ivan was getting angry because Kai is refusing to kill the monster that has eaten thousands of people. Kai explains that by killing Duke Cini, they cannot bring those people back, so it would be better to let those two monsters fight amongst themselves, and when both monsters become weak, they will finish them both off at that moment. Without listening to this, Ivan grabs Kai's collar and tells him that he doesn't have even a 1% right to be an exorcist. Then Kai explains to Ivan again that their original plan was to make Monster Devourer strong so he could fight the Hell Demon. But from here, their plan changes. And now they will make Duke Cini fight the Hell Demon instead of Monster Devourer. Ivan says angrily that Monster Devourer hasn't eaten a single human to date, while that monster has eaten thousands. Kai frees himself and says that the lives of thousands of people are nothing in front of all humanity. As soon as Kai throws Ivan down, Ivan counterattacks with a kick. And while they were arguing and fighting like this, Jamal sees their fight, understands Kai's point, and says, "Right, now I understand." And immediately he uses his ability named Rewind. As soon as this technique is used, they both stop, and from here, time starts again from the beginning when Ivan found out about Duke Cini's location. Ivan tells everyone to immediately go deal with Duke Cini, and Kai replies that he does not want to kill Duke Cini. This means that you guys understand that Jamal's power is to rewind time. The incident of their fight is starting again. Before a fight could break out between them, Jamal says that he completely agrees with Kai's opinion. "We will use Duke Cini to defeat the Hell Demon." Saying this, he injects Ivan to knock him unconscious. Upon Ivan asking, Jamal tells him that he heard their conversation in the past, and after that, he used his technique called Rewind. With this technique, he can manipulate time, and according to him, Kai's opinion is absolutely correct. They cannot put all of humanity at risk for just thousands of people. After this, Ivan immediately falls unconscious. Now from here, the next scene shows us that subway where Jungwoo used Hellfire for the first time. Seeing this, Duke Cini is surprised that a human used King Yomra's Hellfire, who is the only being that can use it. On the other hand, Jungwoo was also surprised at how the fire came into his hand. Then immediately, Duke Cini moves towards Jungwoo to catch him. Although, to stop him, Jungwoo attacks him with Hellfire. But that attack does not hit Duke Cini because he dodged it. Then, catching Jungwoo, he says that perhaps he knows how he is able to use it. Hell King Yomra is a being connected to both the human world and hell because his body is demonic and his soul is human. And you are the reincarnation of human Yomra whom Monster Devourer did not digest. And today it is a matter of great pride for him that he was able to meet King Yomra because it is not possible for every monster to meet him. Then after this, he knocks Jungwoo unconscious and takes him away, saying that after defeating the Hell Demon, he will seat Yomra on his throne again because his goal is to restore Hell. As he says this, Hell Demon's hair comes there and starts tearing at Duke Cini. Duke Cini realized quickly that the Hell Demon has arrived. The Hell Demon has come here because Duke Cini has reduced the number of her food. And anyway, she wants to open the Hell Gate, so she wants to stop Duke Cini immediately. But Duke Cini knew that right now King Yomra is in his hands, and he cannot fight the Hell Demon while protecting Yomra. So he has to put Jungwoo aside and deal with the Hell Demon first. And right after this, he comes into his true form, breaks the roof of the train, and attacks the Hell Demon. And before he could cast his spell, the Hell Demon stuffs a bunch of her hair into his mouth and tells him that when she cannot hear his spell, how will his spell work on her? Meanwhile, inside the train, Jungwoo was remembering something about King Yomra. Those memories that he still remembered from when he was the king of hell. 10 or thousands of millions of years ago, King Yomra was the king of hell, created by the creator of that universe. Yomra considered himself a cursed being because he could not go anywhere leaving hell. He did not even have permission to die because there was no one strong enough there to defeat him. In the meantime, he met a soul there who used to come to hell repeatedly to meet him. A soul that deliberately did bad deeds so that it could go to hell and meet King Yomra. Now seeing this, King Yomra was also surprised that this soul took reincarnation many times and every time came to hell by doing bad deeds. Then that guy who is that soul says that he killed the village magistrate because he was killing innocent people, and he has no regret about this because he killed a bad man. Since that soul had not killed any innocent human to date, the soul's question was, how did it end up in hell by killing a bad man, while that village magistrate was killing people? On this, King Yomra explains that it does not matter how bad of a man you killed, but when a human kills another human, it is against the will of heavens. So that's the reason that soul does not get a place in heaven. It is thrown into hell, so that after enduring all the punishments of hell, it reincarnates again to do good work. But if that person's karma is so dirty that it cannot be cleaned, then it is fed directly to the monsters, so that it cannot reincarnate again. On this, that soul said that if heaven doesn't care about the human world or what is happening there, then why are these useless rules made? And if it is so, then do one thing. Give him the ultimate punishment by making him food for all the monsters, so that he cannot reincarnate again in a place like the human world. On this, Yomra says laughing that this soul is truly foolish, who wants to erase himself permanently from this universe. But Yomra clarifies to him that he didn't do such a bad job. He only killed a village magistrate. For this, he will only be dipped in hot water and beaten. On this, that guy becomes a little sad because he will have to take incarnation in the human world again. And after this, Hell King Yomra stands up and comes near that guy. And that guy is surprised to see that King Yomra is sitting on the floor just like him. And from the narration, we find out that King Yomra was so lonely that he didn't get time to talk to anyone. And in that time, he found a soul partner to converse with, in front of whom he opens up and talks like a friend. Then King Yomra asks that soul about the human world, what is going on there? And after this, he also takes his name, which is Goyong. So yes, from here we find out that this is Goyong's soul, who was King Yomra's only friend who used to talk to him. Then, after talking about many things regarding the human world, Goyong asks Yomra why he is born like this. He commits to the fact that yes, he has murdered, but his reincarnating every time is a bit strange. Hearing this, Yomra says, "Do you regret this?" Goyong says that he does not regret it. Those people deserve to die whom he has killed so far because they deserve it. But he wants to say that he feels from inside like his soul is cursed. On this, Yomra replies, "Who would curse a human soul like you?" Even though outwardly all this was a joke, inwardly Yomra was also a bit in doubt about these things. Every time encountering such a guy, that too Yomra, who has de-incarnated every time and has murdered people in every previous life, makes no sense in Yomra's mind because murder requires strength, power, authority, and a lot of luck. If a guy has even one of these things, he might get a chance for reincarnation again and again, but Goyong has none of these. Then Yomra says, let's see what kind of deeds Goyong has actually done. Then he takes out a mirror, which he calls the karma mirror, which shows the bad deeds of a human soul's past life. He uses it only when it is a little difficult for him to make a decision. And when he sees Goyong's past karma with that mirror, he is shocked to see what's in front of him, because until now he thought that Goyong had killed a village magistrate, because the mirror shows him something else, where at night Goyong had a knife in his hand, and in front of him were countless corpses of humans, and Goyong was the one who killed all of them, offering all these corpses as a sacrifice to the sky. Meanwhile, on the other side, in the fight between Duke Cini and Hell Demon, where Hell Demon has stuffed a bunch of her hair inside Duke Cini's mouth so that he cannot cast a spell. But Duke Cini chews all that hair and spits it back on the Hell Demon. And Hell Demon was impressed by this, that Duke Cini knows what would happen if he swallowed this hair. And immediately, Duke Cini uses his spell on the Hell Demon, Duke, due to which Hell Demon's head was splitting a little, but not completely. And when Hell Demon realizes that defeating Duke Cini is not that difficult, she grabs his mouth and takes him into the water with her, right under the train. And in that place, Duke Cini cannot use his spell. Hell Demon knew this. And after this, she starts beating Duke Cini. Then she also insults him, asking how a goblin like him dared to eat Hell Demon's food. And immediately Duke Cini's punch lands on Hell Demon's face, by which he shows that even though he cannot use his spells underwater, it doesn't mean he is helpless. And after this, he starts attacking Hell Demon one after another, saying that he is Duke Cini, the king of goblins. He is not physically so weak that Hell Demon can kill him. And just then, the green goblin comes from behind him, the same one who is Hell Demon's servant. Upon arriving, he kicks Duke Cini's back to save Hell Demon. On this, Duke Cini laughs and thinks that this goblin did not even recognize his master. And after this, hitting his elbow on his nose, he puts his ear into his mouth and casts his spell, Duke, due to which the green goblin's head exploded right there and he was killed on the spot. Then after this, Hell Demon also realizes that apart from Monster Devourer in the human world, Duke Cini is a monster who has the power to defeat the Hell Demon. Duke Cini says that after Hell Demon, he will also finish Monster Devourer, because due to him too, the life balance has been spoiled. Then, Hell Demon, laughing, grabs that train with her hair and pushes it into the water to throw it on Duke Cini. But Duke Cini was most worried about the fact that King Yomra is inside this train, and when that train falls on him, We see that by then, he had pulled Jungwoo out of that train and was running away from there. But Hell Demon grabs Jungwoo's legs with her hair and stops Duke Cine, saying that this fight has just started to become interesting. Then Hell Demon starts doubting Jungwoo, wondering why Duke Cine is taking Jungwoo away from here. Anyway, Duke Cine has eaten many of Hell Demon's foods. Now she is not going to let him take the last remaining food. Then Duke Cine thinks that if Hell Demon eats King Yomra again, this time he will not be able to reincarnate again, and his soul will be erased completely inside this universe. Then we see that the hand of Jungwoo that Duke Cine was holding catches Hellfire. Not only this, Hellfire comes out of his entire body, which saves him. Hell Demon also immediately leaves Jungwoo and understands that this fire is Hellfire, and only King Yomra uses Hellfire. This means this human is King Yomra. Immediately, Duke Cine punches Hell Demon, and Hell Demon understands why Duke Cine was reacting strangely in the middle of the fight. And while Duke Cine is busy with Hell Demon, she orders Dracula to take Jungwoo away from here. Then Dracula comes there, grabs Jungwoo, and takes him away. Although that fire was burning Dracula too. Seeing his last hope, King Yomra, going away in front of him, Duke Cine was in anger. Then Hell Demon, smiling, says to Duke Cine that since Duke Cine gave her King Yomra as a reward, she will show Duke Cine her true form today. Saying this, she starts coming into her true form, where her big thick hair was growing even bigger. And when Duke Cine sees Hell Demon's true form in front of him, he freezes right there because, according to him, he has lost this battle. Now, in the next scene, we are shown Jungwoo, whose eyes open, and he sees that Hell Demon is on top of him. After dealing with Duke Cine, Hell Demon picked up Jungwoo and brought him to an unknown place. When Jungwoo asks where that other monster went, Hell Demon says that he ran away like a coward. But leave all this because only you and I are in this place. So let's have some fun, King Yomra. Jungwoo asks what she is going to do with him. Hell Demon says that she hasn't seen him for a long time. Either she will eat him or make him her slave. And once King Yomra becomes her slave, no one will be able to stop her. But before this, she wants to know about King Yomra, how he became a human incarnation. After this, Hell Demon puts her hair on Jungwoo's head so that she can meet Yomra. And once Hell Demon meets King Yomra's soul, she asks him why he let himself be eaten by Monster Devourer. King Yomra, looking at the karma mirror, says that everything you see inside this universe is a lie. That soul named Goyoung, who always came to hell to meet him, his karma and memories have been manipulated. According to the karma mirror, they can see that Goyoung was a priest in his past life, who used to offer human sacrifices to God. A human's free will cannot do this work, who doesn't even know what all this is. It means that he was a reaper, and Goyoung is a reaper. And like Goyoung, many reapers exist inside human history. Those reapers who used sacrifices, used war, and spread many deaths. And these are the reapers who want to kill everyone in the name of good deeds. So according to Yomra, the human world is a battlefield of people fighting among themselves, where demons and monsters pick up and eat the dead bodies of people like vultures. And the God living in heaven brings many such humans inside the human world. And this cycle keeps repeating like this. Even if a human thinks that he is living with free will, he never lives. He lives by the will of the God living in heaven. Who knows which human will go to hell, and which to heaven? So that is why King Yomra also participated inside this battlefield, where he reincarnates everyone on the basis of karma and feeds them to monsters. Then Hell Demon asks, so is this the reason that you fed yourself to Monster Devourer and reincarnated in human form? Yomra says yes, because if the judge himself disappears, then there will be no such thing as judgment left. Then all souls will reincarnate into a living being, and when they die, they will die naturally without anyone's judgment and intervention. And this cycle will continue naturally. So that is why Yomra erased himself from hell and incarnated in the human world to live a life full of happiness. Yomra's words seem like childish nonsense to Hell Demon. Because of this nonsense talk, he disappeared himself permanently from hell, due to which the monsters of hell had nothing left to eat. So that's the reason Hell Demon wants to open the Hell Gate, so that all monsters can come into the human world. In the other scene, we are shown Duke Cine coming out of the water saying that he needs to eat more humans to defeat the Hell Demon. At least 1 million, no, maybe even more than that, because when he saw Hell Demon's true form, he understood that by eating 1,000 humans, he can never defeat the Hell Demon. A drone was watching Duke Cine coming out of the water, which was being controlled by Jamal. According to Jamal, Duke Cine has become weak after fighting the Hell Demon. Now they can defeat him. Kai asks about Ivan. Will this old man not go with us? Jamal says, since Ivan was given an injection of anesthesia, he is not going to wake up so soon. So it would be better if they handle this situation themselves. Then suddenly Jamal is shocked to see in front of him because Goyoung comes in front of Duke Cine, who is asking Duke Cine about Jungwoo. Where is he? And we see that the mobile in Goyoung's hand had a last text from Jungwoo that he is in the subway of Jiayang Station Line where a monster has appeared. And Jungwoo had told Goyoung about Duke Cine before countering him. Then Duke Cine says to Goyoung, so you are Monster Devourer who ran away in fear of me last time. Then Goyoung comes near him and punches his face and says, don't talk nonsense. Tell me about Jungwoo. Where is he? Jamal was seeing all this and saying, Does Monster Devourer want to die a dog's death? Why did he come in front of Duke Sini, whom he cannot even defeat at this time? Just then, Kai says to Jamal not to do anything because the situation is still the same as last time, where two monsters will fight each other and die. And anyway, Monster Devourer's promise has been fulfilled. The month is over, and since he has not defeated Duke Sini yet, he will never be able to defeat the Hell Demon, so he will be useless against the Hell Demon for them. Goyong's punch has no effect on Duke Sini, and he casts his spell on Goyong, Duke, due to which blood was coming out of Goyong's entire face, even from the eyes. But he has become strong enough that his head does not explode, and he punches Duke Sini again. And in that moment, Duke Sini notices that Goyong's punch has become stronger than last time, where Goyong was taking full control of this fight. Just then, Duke Sini punches Goyong with full power, but he is surprised that even after taking this punch, Goyong is standing up again, and he understands that Goyong is getting stronger. Then Goyong buries Duke Sini's head into the ground with his next punch, and now Duke Sini had understood what Monster Devourer's true power source is. He tells Goyong to eat him. I don't know who Jungwoo is, but I ate all the humans present in the subway, and I didn't leave a single one of them alive. Hearing this, Goyong gets even more angry and rains punches on Duke Sini. Using the Duke spell, Duke Sini stops Goyong and kicks him away. This gives him some time to think that when Duke Sini said he ate Goyong's friend, suddenly Monster Devourer's power increased. So this means that Monster Devourer's power source is not eating or digesting someone. Only one thing makes Monster Devourer digest everything in this world, and that is hate. The more Monster Devourer hates his enemy, the stronger he will become. So that's the reason Monster Devourer's enemy never survives. Goyong's anger was increasing, knowing that Duke Sini ate Jungwoo, and the more he was thinking about this, the more his power was increasing. Watching Goyong, Duke Sini was thinking about that moment when he saw Hell Demon's true form. Upon seeing Hell Demon's true form, Duke Sini had understood that even if he eats lakhs or crores of humans, he can never defeat her, because it is impossible to defeat the monster Duke Sini faced. So remembering all this, Duke Sini thinks if he really wants to defeat the Hell Demon, he has to feed himself to Monster Devourer, by which he will save the life circle of this universe. Then Duke Sini comes into his human form and tells Goyong to eat him. Now from here we are shown a little bit of Duke Sini's past. The narrator tells that Hell's monsters have only two ways to eat humans. If the monster is the strongest, he will snatch and eat the human whom Yomra has given the ultimate punishment in the form of food. Second, they torture all humans and consume their pain and fear, which is the punishment for all those humans. And all the fear and pain energy of all human souls is given to the top-tier monster. But one day, the king of goblins, Duke Sini, stood against that top-tier monster because now he and all the goblins with him did not want to remain slaves to that monster. Duke Sini had gathered an entire army of goblins there. There must have been at least 1 lakh or maybe more goblins. Although Duke Sini knew that this is a crime, where for not performing his duty, he and all the goblins with him could be punished. But because there were so many goblins there, Duke Sini was confident that he, along with all those goblins, would defeat the top-tier monster. And when that top-tier monster appears, he was laughing hearing Duke Sini's words, on which Duke Sini was surprised why this monster is laughing. And we find out that the name of that top-tier monster is Asura. Asura points one finger towards Duke Sini and breaks it, and that finger slowly starts taking a shape. And when that finger comes into its full form, Duke Sini understands why Asura was laughing. And the goblin sees Asura's finger in front of him, which is the Hell Demon. Upon seeing the Hell Demon, he comes into his true form and charges at her. But as soon as the Hell Demon touches one finger on Duke Sini's punch, Duke Sini's entire body starts exploding immediately. Before that attack tears Duke Sini's head apart and kills him, Duke Sini immediately tears off his head and throws it far away. To save himself, he throws his head so far that Asura cannot even reach there. And running away, saving his life from there, Duke Sini sees that all the goblins present there. Asura's just one finger tears apart and kills all those goblins. And this incident was never mentioned in the history of Hell because there was no need for it. All the goblins that died so far were replaced by newborn goblins. And when Duke Sini reached the human world running, he started living his life there. And he was also relieved that he was saved from Asura's great punishment for betraying. But when he saw Hell Demon's true form, the same finger that was great Asura's was in front of him, from which he had escaped and come to the human world. And from here, Duke Sini understands that Hell Demon is Asura's finger, whom he can never defeat, no matter how many humans he eats, but Monster Devourer is the one who can defeat her. Before Goyong eats him, he grabs his mouth and makes it bigger, saying that the friend he is talking about, Hell Demon, has taken him with her. Go and save your friend, and I give you my power to fight the Hell Demon. And this is enough for him to apologize to all those comrades whom he threw in as a sacrifice. Then Duke Sini enters inside Goyong's mouth, and Goyong was feeling more powerful than before after eating Duke Sini. In the other scene, So-young tells Cheonak that Goyong has defeated Duke Sini and eaten him. On this, Cheonak was happy that now Monster Devourer has become strong. Now it is her turn to prepare herself. On the other hand, number 23 was doing his training, to make himself even stronger because Goyong poured water on his years of training just like that. Then Cheonak comes there and praises him that he is training so late at night. On this, number Number 23 blushes a little and tells her that it was Cheonok who told him to train himself and become even stronger, especially his cloning technique. On this, Cheonok says that she has assigned a mission for number 23, and that mission is going to be the result of his years of training, where number 23's job is to become Monster Devourer's power and support him. On this, number 23 was surprised at what Cheonok wants to say. Cheonok tells that now they are going to fight the Hell Demon, and there is only one way for number 23 to be helpful to them, that he feeds himself to Monster Devourer. Hearing this, the bottle falls from number 23's hand, and he felt that Cheonok is joking with him. But she was serious, and she reminds him that from the beginning, number 23 has been a tool for them. Then suddenly, number 23 runs from Cheonok towards the exit. But that gate does not open because Cheonok has already put a barrier outside, and she tells number 23 not to forget why number 23 was created. He should accept his fate and complete this mission. From here, we are shown the past of number 23. Little number 23 had brought a paper flower for Cheonok. This was because a Korean traditional music group called Baraji gave him that flower, telling him to give it to someone he wanted to see happy. However, Cheonok takes the flower and tells 23 that it seems he has made a huge mistake. Tearing the flower apart, she tells 23 that she is neither his parent nor someone who expects any happiness from him. Throwing the torn pieces of paper at 23's face, she says that instead of doing such useless things, he should focus on his training. From that day on, number 23 understood that if he wanted Cheonok to recognize him, he would have to train every single day. He would have to train without rest, so that Cheonok would recognize him like a mother. And one day, he would become the kind of tool for her that she always wanted to see. At a very young age, number 23 defeated a strong monster, and on that day, Cheonok actually praised him, saying he was becoming a very useful tool for her. Number 23 felt very glad that he was becoming a useful tool. However, in the present, he discovers that Cheonok had been setting him up from the beginning. She made him powerful so that one day the Monster Devourer could eat him and become powerful itself. 23 tells her that if this is what she wanted, he can never be that kind of tool for her. Releasing her aura, Cheonok says he is backing away from his purpose and duty. She lunges at him with great speed and grabs his throat. Realizing this, the real 23 tries to run away, but she strikes his back with her elbow and pins him down with a special attack. But Grandma didn't know that number 23 already knew that the real plan of Grandma was to fight with 23 and intentionally lose, so that 23 would eat her right there and become strong without putting himself in guilt. But 23 didn't want to do that at all. Hearing this, Grandma also becomes very sad and says, "So you knew about this. But now it's too late. I have committed a very big sin." Saying this, Grandma thrusts her own hand into her chest. 23 comes close to Grandma and says, "What have you done, Grandma?" Grandma says, "I won't die. I will always live inside you. Eat me so that you can achieve the peak of your power." On the other side, in front of the playhouse where the Hell Demon and King Yomra are, the members of the EU organization stand. Ivan, Jamal, Chi Jinshin, Elon Musk, Susan, and Noah. They have found the Hell Demon's location and are ready for the final battle. Susan says that although the playhouse looks ordinary, she can feel an evil aura coming from inside, and the whole place might be a demon spell. But Susan feels an even more terrifying aura behind her. It was so insane that her hands were shaking. She thought it might be a Hell Demon, but it was Goyong. Passing them, Goyong says they must start the battle because the Hell Demon has his friend Jangbu, and he will save him at any cost to play Unite with him. After eating Duke Sini, Goyong's power has reached the next level. As Goyong opens the warehouse gate and enters, he sees 8 more warehouses inside. Susan explains this is a space-creating magic spell. If they kill the caster, everything will be fixed. Jamal asks where the caster might be hiding. Elon Musk fires from his neutron terrain, but not even a scratch appears. Ivan opens another warehouse door and finds more warehouses inside. Noah explains the caster wants them to split up so it's easier for the Hell Demon to kill them. Jamal says even if it's a trap, it doesn't matter. He will use his rewind technique to go back 30 seconds and try different warehouses until they find the Hell Demon. Jin says they will trust Jamal's technique, and Jamal leads them. After exploring many warehouses, they don't find the Hell Demon. Noah notices something wrong and tells Jamal to rewind time because Goyong is missing. The Hell Demon's plan wasn't to separate the exorcists from each other, but to separate the Monster Devourer from them. Before Jamal can clap his hands to use rewind, Jinshin cuts off Jamal's hands with his katana, saying that if he can't clap, he can't use his technique. When the exorcists attack, Jinshin escapes, and they realize the caster is Jinshin, who is supporting the Hell Demon. Jinshin transforms into his true monster form, a first-level illusion-type monster. Yvonne asks how he hid his monster aura all this time while killing other monsters with them. Jinxian says that is his specialty. No one can sense him. He adds that since humans kill each other, monsters are no different. Even shouts to everyone not to waste time fighting him and tells them to teleport out, but it was too late. The Hell Demon appears behind Noah, grabs his neck, and drains his spiritual energy. Before she can eat him completely, Noah teleports away. Susan fires her pistol at the Hell Demon with bullets of love and grace, which are imbued with Angel's power. A user can only use them 6 times in a day, and after that, no matter how religious the user is, they will go to hell after death. When the bullet hits the Hell Demon, an explosion occurs. During the blast, Elon Musk transforms into his robotic form, a combat satellite, releasing the full power of his micronuclear fusion reactor. This causes an even bigger explosion. Ivan protects the remaining exorcists with his mushroom shield. However, the attacks have no effect. The Hell Demon enters her true form. Seeing this, Ivan feels fear despite being a first-class exorcist. Kui tells Ivan to take the others and run because killing the Hell Demon is impossible now that the monster devourer isn't with them. Kui says he has completed his game, Devil Hunter, a masterpiece, and will now fight the Hell Demon as a character from that game. Kui's ability is character possession, where he can possess the body of a human protagonist from any game he completes for 1 day. As the game protagonist, Kui attacks. The Hell Demon tries to blast his body with her finger, but it has no effect. Kui slashes at her with his sword. She barely avoids it. Kui taunts her, asking where her laughter went. The Hell Demon turns serious. Meanwhile, Goyong arrives at another warehouse gate and wonders where everyone went. Suddenly, someone calls his name. It is Jimin, crying and relieved that he came to save her. She doesn't know how she got there. She just woke up in this empty place. Goyong thinks the Hell Demon was going to use her as a hostage and tells her he will take her home safely. Jimin feels relieved, but suddenly she feels something strange and asks what is coming out of her mouth. They are wild radish flowers. Goyong senses a weak monster inside her controlling the flowers. He apologizes for involving her and says she will be safe inside his stomach until everything ends. He then swallows Jimin whole. At that moment, Goyong realizes why the Hell Demon put a weak monster inside her. She could have put a strong one, but the plan was to feed the monster devourer, Goyong, the wild radish flowers. The poison from the flowers turns Goyong's eyes red, and he spits blood. The flowers grow inside him, causing intense pain and weakening his energy. Jinshin opens the gate slightly and says he fulfilled his promise to the Hell Demon and expects a good reward. Back at the battle, Kui continues slashing at the Hell Demon, but she keeps dodging. Kui cuts her wings and says next he will cut her throat, but again, she avoids the slash, which is so powerful it cuts the ground. Kui realizes he needs to get closer to kill her. Kui notices his slashes are getting slower and weaker because the Hell Demon is absorbing his spiritual energy from a distance without even touching him. Enraged, he uses his remaining strength for a final slash. This time, the Hell Demon doesn't dodge. She catches the sword, tears Kui's body apart, and absorbs his power. Ivan summons a giant mushroom golem. Having absorbed Kui's power, the Hell Demon regenerates his broken sword and cuts the golem before it can punch. Ivan is shocked that she can absorb their fear and energy to use their own powers. She then moves to Ivan and cleaves him in half with the sword, absorbing his energy too. Standing there, Susan realizes that everything is happening just as the Bodhisattva Cheonok told her, that today's sorcerers would die just like those 300 years ago. After devouring the remaining exorcists, the Hell Demon would open the Hell Gate. Susan asks Jamal for a favor. If her next technique fails, he must kill himself so the Hell Demon cannot use his power. Jamal agrees. Susan uses her forbidden gamble, the Egg of Love and Grace. It has a 10% chance to seal any being, even a god. After use, the caster's soul will be annihilated in 66 seconds. Elon Musk grabs the Hell Demon, telling her she can't devour his mechanical body, which he built to work 17 hours a day to reach Mars. Susan fires the egg, but the Hell Demon teleports and avoids it. Losing all hope, Susan realizes the Hell Demon had consumed Noah's energy just by holding him briefly with her hair, allowing her to use his teleportation. The Hell Demon then kills Jamal before he can commit suicide and consumes him. Elon Musk is now in heaven. Susan prepares to shoot herself, but the Hell Demon stops her and eats her too. The Hell Demon prepares to open the Hell Gate and looks at her hell mark. Suddenly, a weakened Noah teleports in with someone else. Noah says they are late. The Hell Demon asks if he brought a dessert meal. However, the person Noah brought is walking toward the Hell Demon. Seeing his aura, the Hell Demon can't believe her eyes. It is the spiritual energy of a top-tier monster, Sun Wukong. We see it as our number 23. His power has increased so much that the Hell Demon compares him to Sun Wukong. But number 23 says he is not Sun Wukong, nor does he want to be. His name is simply number 23, and he is the disciple of the great heavenly emperor. After that, we are shown a little bit of the past where Grandma Cheonok and number 23 are hugging each other and crying. There, Cheonok says, "Number 23, both of us are tools that exist in this world to protect humanity. But from the last 300 years, I have been a tool that has just been kept occupying space. A tool that cannot be used, like a burden. So please, number 23, use me." After this, we come back to the present. In the present, the Hell Demon is saying to number 23, "There is only one thing that can stop me, and that is death. Even the real great sage equal to heaven, Sun Wukong, can't defeat me. Number 23 says, use all your power, that power with which you are going to destroy the world. And we see number 23 lands a powerful punch right on the Hell Demon's face. And he says, so, that Grandma's sacrifice doesn't go to waste. And this punch was actually delivered by one of number 23's clones. The Hell Demon falls far away and thinks, how can a single clone attack so powerfully? Then, number 23's clone and the real him again land powerful punches on the Hell Demon from different directions, causing the Hell Demon to sink into the ground. Not only that, number 23 and his clone are beating the Hell Demon very badly from different directions, and the Hell Demon is unable to do anything. He doesn't even get a chance to fight back. Number 23 says, I am disappointed in you, Hell Demon. Is this all the strength you have? Then we are again shown a little bit of number 23's past. When number 23 is training and asks Grandma Cheonok, won't you teach me any other technique? I can already make more than 50 clones. Teach me some other technique. Grandma says, only 50 clones? Don't consider yourself a master of cloning just by making mere 50 clones. Number 23 asks, then how many clones should I make to fully master it? Grandma says, it's not about the number of clones you can make, but making one your true self, not just a clone. That is the pinnacle of the cloning technique. Number 23 says, my true self, is that really possible? Grandma says, of course it's possible, because I'm going to make you like that. So focus on your training. One day, you will definitely achieve that level. Back in the present, number 23 has used the Cheonok-style attack on the Hell Demon. Because of it, there is now a hole in the Hell Demon's chest, and he is badly injured. Nova, seeing this, is extremely shocked that the Hell Demon has lost. Is this the power? Is this the real power of number 23? The one who inherited the blood of the great sage equal to heaven? But what is this? I feel something wrong. Is this deja vu? And then we find out that the Hell Demon has used Jamal's technique many times. He has rewound time 10 times, yet the battle is still not decided within 7 minutes. The conclusion of the battle is not being decided, and she says, sorry, but this is as far as I can play with you. It's a waste of time fighting someone who's going to die anyway. 23 doesn't understand what she is trying to say. Here the Hell Demon says, it's not just you who can use cloning techniques. And we find out that the Hell Demon whom number 23 was fighting was actually a clone made from hair. As it disappears, it says, after the Hell Gate opens, if you survive, I will definitely fight you, great sage equal to heaven. Nova shouts from behind, 23, grab my body. We need to get out of here. The Hell Demon is no longer here. She has left us to go open the Hell Gate. On the other side, the real Hell Demon has already opened the Hell Seal on her stomach. From it, many hairs come out, which fall at 6666 locations all over the world. And at those same 6666 locations, Hell Gates open across the entire world. And the demons start eating humans, like extremely hungry wolves. Some swallow them raw, while others chew them up and eat them. But among them, there were also sorcerers who were killing the demons. Among them, we are shown Soyoung, who is killing demons with her talismans as usual, and she is telling the other exorcists to kill the remaining demons. She says, put your lives on the line to save humanity and protect it, because the afterlife is eternal. And then she says, okay, I take back those words, because now this is the afterlife, because this place itself has become the afterlife. And in front of her, a Godzilla-type monster is standing. On the other side, we see Jongbo inside, whom the soul of King Yamura is present. He says, Hell Demon, or should I call you Asura? Hell Demon says, so you have recognized me. That means your memory has completely returned. Yamura says, do you think the heavenly realm will just stand and watch this spectacle? That their field is being overrun by pests? Now they will destroy the entire field along with the pests and plant new ones. The creator himself will make sure of that. Hell Demon says, I know that will happen, but what if an pest bites the creator itself? Yamura says, what kind of talk is this? No matter how powerful a monster or creature is, no matter how high level it is nothing in front of the creator. Whatever creations the creator has made cannot oppose their creator. Hell Demon says, I know, but there is one pest that is completely different from the pest made by the creator, and pest that devours everything it hates. Yamura's face becomes completely terrified, and he says, now don't say that the purpose of opening your Hell Gate is... Hell Demon completes the sentence and says, yes, the purpose of opening my Hell Gate is not just to destroy humanity or the entire world. It is a bait to bring the creator out here. And I am going to use the monster devourer to kill the creator and recreate this world again. And the monster inside the monster devourer is not an ordinary monster. With its help, I can make the wild radish flower bloom inside the monster devourer whenever I want, and I can kill Miyak-Guisa, the monster devourer, anytime. Youngbo says, so your plan is to make Miyak-Guisa fight against God. But before that, Monster Devourer must hate God. Only then will it be able to consume him. Hell Demon says, I have already found a way. Then she grabs Youngbo. Youngbo asks, so now are you planning to eat me? Hell Demon replies, no. I'm going to make Miyak-Guisa hate the celestial god. Then she calls Mushina. Mushina comes there. Hell Demon tells Mushina, you did well in this battle. I'll reward you. She gives him Jongbo and said he is the reincarnation of Yama. Eat it. Mushina doesn't understand why Hell Demon is giving it to him to eat. Hell Demon explains, I am already full. You need to eat this if you want to become a top-tier monster. Hearing this, Mushina becomes very happy and thanks Hell Demon. Hell Demon tells Mushina to eat Yama quickly because he is in a near-death state. If he dies, Mushina won't be able to absorb him properly, so it's better to eat him immediately. Dracula, standing behind, asks Hell Demon, Lord of Hell, why give Yama to someone like Mushina? Hell Demon says, are you feeling jealous? Dracula replies, no, I just think it's too generous a gift for someone like him. Hell Demon says, you are absolutely right. This is actually not a reward. Mushina's host, Jincheon, is actually a hybrid of celestial and human. Then in the next scene, we see Goyoung has woken up. His stomach pain is gone. He gets up and hears some sounds. When he turns around, his soul trembles. It was the sound of a monster eating a human, and that human was none other than his dearest childhood friend, Youngbo. Mushina was eating him. In another scene, Hell Demon explains, because Mushina's host Jincheon is a celestial hybrid, the monster devourer will hate him intensely. And with this intense hatred, Miyake Guisa will be able to devour gods. Goyoung tells Mushina to get away and leave his friend alone. When Mushina doesn't move, Goyoung kicks him hard in the face. His teeth fall out and he flies far away. Goyoung's face changes and he devours Mushina right there while standing. But it was already too late. His friend Youngbo was dead. With tears in his eyes, Goyoung looks at memories of his childhood with Jungbo, how Jungbo always protected him. Crying, Goyoung says to Jungbo, forgive me. I was never able to help you, and even today I couldn't protect you. Hell Demon says, Miyake Guisa, remember this feeling of hatred. Soon the things you cannot protect will keep growing in number until there is nothing left. 1 week passes on Earth. After the Hell Gate opened, monsters have almost destroyed the entire planet. Meanwhile, a monster is chasing Goyoung's bully. Just as it's about to eat him, Soyoung appears and tries to kill the monster by placing her talisman on its head, causing a big blast. But the monster feels almost no pain and throws Soyoung far away. These monsters have become much stronger now after eating countless humans. But before the monster can eat them, Goyoung arrives and devours that monster. Because not only monsters, but Goyoung also has become powerful by eating powerful monster. Goyoung is floating in the air like a god. A golden aura is coming out of his body. His mouth is closed. He is devouring monsters from far away just by standing in one place, saving the remaining people. He is floating in the air in one spot, devouring dozens of monsters from a distance. Then number 23 comes and says, the size of the Hellgate is increasing. Soon, top-tier monsters will cross into the human world. Before that happens, we need to find and kill the Lord of Hell. If the casters die, the spell will be nullified. The problem is the Lord of Hell has absorbed Jamal's rewind ability. If he rewinds time even once, we have virtually no chance. Don't give him any chance to use his ability. You just need to kill them in an instant. But what if we fail? If it turns back time even once, we are doomed. Still, Goyoung doesn't like number 23's plan. Then they see a shining light in the sky. It's a nuclear missile heading toward Earth. Goyoung and number 23 just watch the missile about to hit. Down below, Hell Demon is sitting in a car watching the scene and says, God is about to sow new seeds. On the other side, we see presidents of many countries, China, Russia, India, and others, who have decided to launch nuclear missiles worldwide to kill the monsters. They just need to press one red button to launch all the missiles. And that's what happens. The button is pressed, and countless nuclear missiles are launched toward Earth. One missile is coming right at Goyoung. Goyoung says, I will try to stop it. Maybe I can detonate it inside my body. Number 23 tells him not to do it because it's a nuclear missile, not an ordinary one. Goyoung says, but I have no other choice. I have to do this to save humans. I don't want to see my friends die again. Then we see Goyoung swallow the missile. It explodes inside him. His body can't handle the blast and blood sprays out from all over his body. But number 23 supports him and says, listen, Goyoung, I hate to say this, but now you are the last hope of this world. Only you can save it. I can't become stronger by eating monsters like you. I'm already at my peak. But you can keep getting stronger. Your life isn't just yours anymore. Goyoung feels happy that he stopped the missile and thinks now no one will die. But then they see more shining lights. Not just one, but countless missiles coming toward Earth. It became impossible to stop them. About 4,000 nuclear missiles were launched in one day, and they destroy 85% of Earth's population. 85% of the Earth is devastated. Humanity is on the edge of extinction. 1 month passes. The Earth looks like a PUBG map. Meanwhile, 2 kids are running away. The younger one is holding a drawing book and crying, brother, I can't run anymore. The older brother calms him and tells him to keep running. They see a drum ahead. The older brother tells the younger one, quick, hide inside this drum. The younger one wants him to hide too, but the older brother refuses. He forces him inside and says, no matter what happens, don't make any sound, don't respond to anything. He says, Mom, Dad, I will protect Jamin, I promise. Then a big ugly monster finds them. It says, if you stay quiet, I'll eat you without pain. But if you run, I'll eat you slowly and painfully. I don't like chasing. The boy tries to run anyway and thanks God that the monster is slow. But the monster's arms are very long and monster grabs him. The monster says, I told you, if you didn't run, I would eat you without pain. But now I'll chew you into small pieces slowly, you fool. First, I'll eat your fingers. But then small punches start hitting the monster's legs. It's the younger brother who came out of the drum. Crying, he says, let my big brother go. The older brother shouts, why did you come out? Idiot, run! The monster becomes very happy. Today is his lucky day. He gets 2 humans. Then suddenly an old man appears in front of the monster. The monster thinks, what, another one? Today is really my lucky day. The old man looks at the monster and says, did I really create this? How ugly. The old man touches the monster with his stick. The moment he touches it, the monster explodes into pieces. The boy is shocked and the monster disappeared. Is this one of the famous exorcists? Then older brother thanks the old man. Thank you, exorcist. The old man says, oh, it's nothing, no problem at all. The old man notices the drawing book the child is still holding even while running from monsters. He asks about it. The child says, this is mine. My parents' photos burned, so big brother drew their picture. I've been carrying it like a treasure. The old man laughs and says, ha ha, you are quite the artist. The child replies, yes, one day when things go back to normal, I want to become a comic artist. The old man says, even in the face of despair, you hold on to your dreams. Man, I made it, but I really outdid myself. He tells the kids, even I had drawings that I cherished, but the dog I raised ruined it. I worked hard on it for years. Such a shame. So now I'm stuck wondering, should I try to fix it or just start over? The child asks, was it really that badly ruined? The old man says, part of it was ruined by the dog, but then I accidentally spilled paint on it too. Most of it is erased, right about 85%. The child asks, did you spill the paint on purpose? I sometimes mess up my drawings more when I get frustrated. The old man laughs. Ha ha, you caught me. That's right, even though I'm old, I'm not very patient. So tell me, if it were you, would you try to fix the drawing or just start a new one? The child says, since I haven't seen the actual painting, I'm not sure. The old man says, it's all right. Feel free to speak honestly. I'm really troubled by this. The child replies, if it were me, I would start over. Looking at a ruined painting would only make me more upset. But if I start again, I think I can make a new one better. The old man says, you are absolutely right. A very wise answer indeed. Then the old man asks the child holding the parent's picture, can I take a look at the picture of your parents? The child says, of course, and shows it. The old man looks and says, what a lovely family. Then he says, by the ancient principles, no human or yokai soul shall escape annihilation. But I suppose a few exceptions would be all right. After all, we at least need an example to show that the human species once existed. Suddenly the children hear their mother's voice. Jaidok and Jamin, how many times have I told you not to watch TV so closely? Turn it off and come over here, let's eat. We see both boys' parents are alive and happy. They have made the children's favorite dish. In the present, the two boys disappear. Only their drawing remains. Actually, God sent them either to another timeline or to heaven. And this old man is none other than the celestial God himself, the one who created the entire world, every creature, every soul, every yokai, everything. God says to the children, be forever happy in that place, the last human souls. Then he stands up and says, so now I should begin. He taps the ground with his stick and says, I need to make a new painting. Let there be light. A golden light comes out and slowly spreads across the entire earth. Everything the light touches disappears. Living or dead, nothing survives. On the other side, Hell Demon is watching all this scene on her tablet through a drone. She names it the Light of Extinction. Dracula asks, will this light destroy you too if it touches you? Hell Demon replies, yes, no matter who it is, this light will destroy everyone, even me. But don't worry, we have the monster devourer, right? The one who will fight even God for humanity. But Dracula still couldn't understand how the monster devourer has the power to defeat the creator God. Asura answers, because Asura has come out of hell, he says. The reason is, the creator God is an absolute invincible being, a being with no enemies. So when it meets its first rival, a variable is sure to appear. As soon as they see Asura, Dracula and Goblin bow their heads and fall to their knees. Hell Demon completes the sentence. That's right. And the Devourer is a kind of bug that has escaped the Creator God's system. Since it wasn't created by the Creator God, the Light of Extinction will not affect him. Though this is just a hypothesis. Asura laughs and says, to become a god, this kind of gamble must be taken. Hell Demon also says, that is indeed true. And as it happens, the cards have been dealt. The result of this gamble can only be known when the cards are revealed. Meanwhile, we see Goyong, who is with Nova. Both of them are floating in the sky. Nova says, this is all I can do for you. Are you really sure about this? You saw it too. Everyone who touches the light, whether monster or human, disappears without a trace. Goyong replies, I don't know what that light is, but in less than 1 hour, it destroyed half of our country. At this rate, it will probably swallow the whole world in 2 days. I will stop it somehow. If I don't, then all the sacrifices everyone made to save humanity will be in vain. Then Goyong uses his technique, old-fashioned magic technique, maximum output. Then a blue aura starts coming out of his body. Nova, who is standing near him, feels it and says, just being next to him makes my body feel like it's going to break, thanks to number 23's plan. After that, Goyong touches the Yi Light of Extinction. Nothing happens to him. For Goyong, it was just like normal light. Hell Demon is watching all this on her tablet and says, the first hypothesis has been proven. The Light of Extinction does not affect the Devourer. Then Asura says, now the main question is whether the Devourer can devour the Creator God. Good work, Hell Demon. You may now return to my body. Asura shows his broken finger forward and says, I will recognize you as the leader of my 30 fingers. Hell Demon laughs and says, leader of the fingers, huh? After suffering for 300 years, the reward seems a bit lacking. Why don't you just give me your body? And in return, I'll give you the role as the leader of the fingers. Hearing this, Asura starts laughing. He attacks Hell Demon with his hand and says, you must have gone crazy after living in the human world for too long. It was I who made you. You are just a part of me. Hell Demon replies, you are saying something very interesting. Aren't you also trying to kill the creator god who made you? While saying this, Hell Demon floats in the air. She holds something between both her hands. Asura says, what exactly are you trying to say? Do you think someone like you, who is only at the fingers level, even has the slightest chance of winning against me? Hell Demon answers, who knows? Although it's a gamble, I think it is worth the risk. In her hand is that egg, the one that can capture and seal even the strongest demon or god. Hell Demon says, if it's to become a god, I think it's worth the risk. This egg has only boss 10% chance of working on anyone, but if the egg fails, then the body of the person who cast this spell will disintegrate in Okubi 66 seconds. Next scene, we see the celestial god standing. Golden light is constantly coming out of his body. Goyoung arrives there. He is about to punch the god. God raises his hand to stop him and says, I didn't expect the light of extinction to not work on you. You are more interesting than I thought. Here Goyoung cannot move. His body is frozen. Goyoung asks the god, who are you exactly? Why do you want to destroy the world? God answers, who am I? I am the beginning and the end. I am the very essence of the universe, and I have the right to destroy the world. I am the Lord of the universe. Then scene shifts to the fight between Hell Demon and Asura. Hell Demon is holding the gamble egg and says, if I can become a god with this gamble, then it's not such a bad gamble after all. Asura laughs and says, gamble? Haha. Do you really think someone like you even has a chance to beat me? This isn't a gamble, it's just throwing your life away. Saying this, Asura hits Hell Demon with a very powerful punch, sending her flying far away. Asura laughs again and says, if you apologize now, I'll take you as my just one finger. But first, I'll destroy your ego. Haha. Hell Demon gets up and calmly says, I never said fighting you is a gamble. The chance of beating you is 100%. Then Asura notices. When he punched Hell Demon earlier, she had secretly stuck the gamble egg onto her finger. Now Hell Demon starts chanting a spell. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I seal you. Amen. The mouth of the egg opens wide and slowly starts pulling Asura inside it. Hell Demon says, normally this spell has a very low success rate, but if you keep using rewind to turn back time again and again until it finally works. In reality, Hell Demon had already used Jamal's time rewind ability many times. She kept rewinding until she got a 100% success rate with the gamble egg. Because of this, she successfully seals Asura. While being sucked into the egg, Asura shouts, wait, hold on! Why the hell are you doing this? We are the same anyway. We are no different from parent and child. Saying this, Asura gets completely pulled inside the egg. Hell Demon holds the egg in her hand and says, parent and child. Thanks to that, I think I finally understand now. Actually, even I didn't know why I was doing this. After that, we are shown Hell Demon's host, the girl Simcheong, and her past. In the past, Simcheong's father, who is blind, a monk told him, if you sacrifice your daughter to the dragon god, your eyes can be healed. Simcheong is ready to give her life so her father can see again. The next day, slaves bring Simcheong to offer her to the dragon god, but the slaves think, how can we let such a beautiful girl go without doing something? In the next scene, we see Simcheong. She keeps saying she doesn't want to die, but they ignore her and push her in the sea. She is sinking deeper and deeper into the ocean, praying, please, dragon god, accept my offering. Accept me and open my father's eyes again. She's not praying because she loves her father or she cares for him, but because she doesn't want her sacrifice to go wasted. At that moment, in the deep sea, Hell Demon appears in the form of a soul. Hell Demon says to Simcheong, who are you praying to? No one will listen to you. The one you're praying to doesn't care about insects like you, just like you don't care about a single seed. To the gods, humans are just food. Since it's a meaningless death anyway, give me your body. Simcheong replies, I'll give it to you. I'll give you my body. You say God don't care about me, but look, God sends you here to turn this world into hell, right? In the next scene, we see Simcheong's father crying and begging, please save me, I am your father, I raised you. But standing in front of him is Simcheong, now with Hell Demon inside her. She says, see, God didn't care about someone like you at all. Even if you sell your daughter and offer her to the gods, you still remain blind. Simcheong kills many more people. Then she tells her father, fine, now I will become your god, I will open your eyes. Using her hair magic, she grabs her father's eyelids, forces them wide open, and pushes her hair inside his eyes, saying, now at last I am truly free. The scene shifts back to the present. Hell Demon eats the egg that contains Asura. Hell Demon says, now I understand what you said, Simcheong. Hell Demon says this because Simcheong had also killed the father who raised her, the same father who only kept her for his own benefit. The same situation happened with Hell Demon. Asura had sent her to Earth and given her power only for his own purpose. Today, Hell Demon also killed Asura. The scene shifts again. Now Goyoung is fighting God. God is shocked that his light doesn't work on Goyoung. Then he remembers, Goyoung is the one who ate Yamora, king of hell, 300 years ago. God says, it's good to see you. I was curious where you had been all this time and what you were doing. Now I will take your soul as a specimen. Because creating a new species takes hundreds of thousands of years. I'm glad I have a new toy to play with for some time. God wants to keep Goyoung like a toy to entertain himself, because creating a new world would take tens of thousands of years again. But suddenly Goyoung closes his mouth and eats one of God's hands. For the first time, God feels fear. Fear of an enemy who might actually defeat him. Then Goyoung punches God hard, sending him flying. Goyoung says, I don't care if you are the creator or whatever. If you kill humans, then you are no different from a monster. Goyoung uses his special magic, the Devourer's unique technique, the 9 seals of exorcism. It hits God directly, but God is unharmed. He says, how amusing, something beyond my abilities. But do you really think anything will change if I don't destroy humanity? Humans will die anyway, either by monsters or by radiation. And of course, you will survive. You will keep eating the remaining monsters over and over. You will eat them all, leaving none behind. Alone and lonely in this empty world, you will live forever. These words feel familiar to Goyong. When he thinks hard, he remembers Hell King Yamura had said the same thing to him when he first came to eat him. God says, you will end up being the loneliest being in this world. Then isn't it better if we all disappear together? Suddenly, God transforms into an Egyptian god and punches Goyong in the face. Goyong thinks he transformed, then God transforms again into a Korean god and says, didn't I tell you? I am the embodiment of the universe. I can be anything. Under Goyong's feet, a yin-yang symbol appears. It gives him a massive shock, making him scream in pain. Then God transforms into Zeus and hits Goyong with a lightning strike, saying, still, I thank you. It's been a long time since I had this much fun. Now I will take your soul. Goyong jumps toward God again. God says, even a high-ranking monster can't survive being hit by God. What trick did you use? God can't understand why his powerful attacks aren't working. There is no way a monster like you could be this strong. Then God transforms into Buddha, heaven's equal to great sage, and tries to crush Goyong with his hand. But Goyong eats half of Buddha's body. Using light of extinction, God realizes when Goyong ate God's hand earlier, he absorbed God's power. Now Goyong is also glowing with light of extinction. God says, there can't be two creator gods. You shouldn't exist in this universe. I will completely erase not just your soul, but the fact that you ever existed. No one will remember you, not even I will. Goyong charges at God with full speed. God uses his omniscient eye ability. He sees thousands and tens of thousands of possible futures. The accuracy is high up to 20,000 years in the future, but after 10 million years, the accuracy drops below 20%. While seeing these possibilities, God realizes something and says, so this is what the unsettling sense of deja vu was. We didn't meet for the first time after all. You and I have already met thousands, tens of thousands of times. Truly a cruel fate. But by then, Goyong has already punched God. Coated with light of extinction, the punch cuts off God's head and his body falls apart. While dying, God says, but still, I will let myself be deceived and give it a try. I hope you can fix this picture. God disappears. Goyong stands alone, looking at his fist, thinking, what just happened? The creator god, it seems he intentionally took my attack, and he told me to fix the picture. A cruel fate. Those were Grandpa's words. Goyong remembers. When Grandpa went inside his mouth, he said, just like I did 300 years ago, it's your fate to save the world. Just like what I went through. A cruel fate. Suddenly blood starts pouring from Goyong's eyes and mouth. This was all done by Hell Demon. Hell Demon says, in the end you absorbed even the creator god's power. However, even though you possess the creator god's power, you cannot use that power with your body. Pretty ironic, right? To think a creator god could die from something like a life grass. In his dying state, Goyong tries to attack Hell Demon. Hell Demon mocks him, oh, I'm so scared. Sorry, but I'm a bit busy. Then Hell Demon makes the wild radish flower inside Monster Devourer fully bloom. Because of this, even more blood pours out of Goyong's body. His condition becomes terrible. Hell Demon says, I don't have time to play. She puts her hair inside Goyong's mouth and pulls out his life beads, saying, I'll make good use of the beads. Goyong dies right there. Hell Demon says, now die already, Devourer. She eats the life bead. Now, Creator God's power enters Hell Demon. She feels the absolute power to do anything. She feels like she has become a universe herself. She says, I am the embodiment of all things in the universe. But suddenly someone shouts from behind, I will kill you! It's number 23. Hell Demon says, that's right, I made a promise to you, didn't I? I promised I would fight you properly after the gates of hell opened. She grabs number 23 by the neck and says, you came at the perfect time. I wanted to use my power right away. Using light of extinction, she starts slowly erasing number 23. Number 23 says, things won't go the way you want. Hell Demon replies, what nonsense are you saying when you're about to disappear? Number 23 says, I always ask the old lady, why didn't she teach me other magic besides the clone technique? We see a small flashback. Number 23 asking Grandma Chionok why she only teaches him cloning. He says he can already make more than 50 clones. Grandma tells him, I have told you many times, everyone has their own role. You have abilities that match your role. Back in the present, number 23 says, the old lady only taught me the clone technique. The reason she made me master the ultimate form of perfectly copying myself was to feed my clones to the Devourer. Suddenly from behind, Monster Devourer, Goyong, appears. Hell Demon is extremely shocked. Monster Devourer, how are you still alive? Number 23 holds Hell Demon's hand tightly and says, not Devourer, this is Goyong. Number 23 says, I will hold her so tight that she can't even clap. Finish her! Goyong punches Hell Demon hard in the back. The punch goes inside her body. Hell Demon uses her energy to consume Goyong's hand. Number 23 tells Goyong, eat her quickly. Then we see a scene from 1 hour earlier. Light of extinction is growing stronger. Goyong and number 23 are floating in the air. Number 23 says to Goyong, it's time to execute the plan. Eat my clone. Goyong says, if I eat your clone, you will lose most of your ghost energy. It would be better if we fight together. Number 23 replies, you're crazy. You know that when you eat a monster, you can use its ability at its peak potential. As for my ghost energy, it's not even mine. It belongs to Grandma Chionok. So it's better if you use this ability, make it better, and save the world. Goyong says, okay, but promise me one thing. Grandma Chionok taught you this perfect cloning technique so that when the time comes, I can eat you. But she also loved you very much. She didn't want to lose you. That's why she taught you perfect cloning, so your life would be saved, and I would still get your power. I don't want you to die too. I don't want to lose another friend. So please, don't die. Promise me, do not die. In the present, Goyoung thinks, why does everyone die for me? He eats Hell Demon. At the same time, number 23 completely disappears. Goyoung says, I have the power of the creator god. I will kill you. Hell Demon, still partially alive, says, well, I can create monsters that look similar, but reviving a completely annihilated soul, even the creator god can't do that. Shouldn't have told you that. You look so disappointed. You must have lost a lot of friends because of me. Hell Demon tries to explain. You can create a body with this god power, but you cannot recreate the exact same soul from scratch. Even God needs thousands of years to create a new soul. Goyoung says, shut up now, I will kill you. Hell Demon says, that's right, you won. But I want to see that expression on your face forever. She says, I promised, right, that I would create hell for you. Then we see the old scene again, when Hell Demon first met Simcheong and promised to create hell for her. Today she finally did it. Hell Demon says, enjoy your victory, Devourer, in the world of nothingness. After Hell Demon explodes, the light of extinction spreads across the entire Earth. It extinguishes every remaining life form on the planet. Now the Earth is completely empty. Goyoung floats in the air, looking at the destroyed world, or hell, and says, so many people died for me, and this is the ending. I couldn't save even one person, not even myself. We are told, the Devourer can use the power of the monster he eats for only one day. After 24 hours, the magic is nullified, and the clone will disappear. The world will be completely empty. The Goyoung who died earlier was the real Goyoung. The one who is alive now is a clone, created after eating number 23's clone. As time passes, in 24 hours, this clone will also disappear. Goyoung can't do anything. Even though he has the creator god's power, he cannot create life so quickly in the little time he has left. God had said that recreating a species or starting a new world would take more than 10,000 years. Goyoung stands in front of his own dead body, blaming himself. Someone, please come and blame me for my failure. Someone tell me how weak I am, that I couldn't protect anyone. He just keeps crying. That's all he can do now. Time passes. Now only 1 hour is left before the clone disappears and the world becomes completely empty. He looks at his hand and thinks, if my hand was fine at that time, I could have clapped and used Jamal's ability to rewind time, but now it's too late. Suddenly he remembers the creator god's last words. It's an uncomfortable deja vu. We didn't meet for the first time, did we? You and I have met thousands, tens of thousands of times. Then he remembers number 23's words. When you eat a monster, you can draw out its potential to the peak. Goyoung thinks, maybe it's possible to push the rewind ability to its peak and use it for more than 7 minutes. He joins his hands and tries to rewind time, hoping to restore everything. Goyoung says that this time, he will not let anyone die. He will start everything all over again. After that, we are shown a scene from 300 years ago in Hell. Monster Devourer has already eaten Hell King Yama, but then he smells something else. Something that smells even more delicious than Hell King Yama. And that smell is coming from none other than Goyoung. Goyoung has traveled back to Hell 300 years ago. Monster Devourer jumps at Goyoung, but Goyoung grabs its head with just one hand and slams it into the ground. Goyoung is thinking, what should I do now? Suddenly, Monster Devourer grabs Goyoung's hand and says, you are strong, stronger than anyone I have ever fought. You are the best. Right after that, Monster Devourer shoots his dangerous devouring light at Goyoung, but he gets shocked. The light does nothing to Goyoung at all. Goyoung says, I don't have time for all this. I only have 30 minutes left before my cloning technique breaks. He starts thinking of a plan to save the world. Then he remembers he has the god ability, Omniscient Eye. With it, he can see thousands of years into the future. But after 100 million years, the accuracy drops to only 20%. Through the Omniscient Eye, he sees a future where the creator god has killed Monster Devourer with his own hands. The creator god says, good thing I caught you when you were just a small fry. If I had let you live, you would have become a huge problem later, because even extinction light doesn't work on you. Goyoung realizes, if I do nothing now, the creator god will come and kill Monster Devourer. If Monster Devourer dies, the world without Monster Devourer will be destroyed. The Hell Gate will open. The same disaster that happened today will happen again. And God will never let such a world exist. He will destroy Earth once more. In just 3 years, the whole Earth will become the same hell it is now. So the first and most important thing Goyoung must do is hide Monster Devourer from the creator god. Suddenly, Monster Devourer punches Goyoung in the face. But he is shocked again. The punch does 0 damage to Goyoung. Goyoung says, soon a much stronger being will come to kill you, because you ate Yama. You shouldn't stay here. Go to the human world and hide. Monster Devourer replies, I don't run from powerful foes. I devour them and become stronger. As soon as he says this, Goyoung grabs Monster Devourer by the neck and says, no, you are not strong, neither am I. That's why we couldn't protect anything. Monster Devourer is helpless in front of Goyoung, like a little chick. Then Goyoung takes out that same egg and traps Monster Devourer inside it. He says, go, hide, stay alive, and become strong. This time, I will not let anyone die. After this, the scene shifts to Earth. 300 years ago, Guang Yu, Goyoung's grandfather, is crying. Because of the famine, many people in his village died. He couldn't save his people. In front of him lies the dead body of a mother and her son. They starve to death. He is praying while crying, God, please give their souls peace in paradise. Go-young is floating in the air watching them. Using his ability, he found Guang Yu, his own grandfather. Looking at Guang Yu, Go-young thinks, this is the same future that has repeated many times before. Just like the creator God said, they have fought each other for thousands and thousands of times. This is a cruel fate. Through his omniscient eye, Go-young sees that this future keeps repeating exactly the same way. No difference at all. Everyone will slowly die, and in the end, no one will survive except Go-young. The world will be completely destroyed. But Go-young also realizes one important thing. Among all possible futures, this is the only one where humanity survived for about 300 years. In every other future, humanity dies much faster. If he doesn't give monster devourers power to Guang Yu right now, then in just 3 years the Earth will become hell again. Humanity will be destroyed in only 3 years. He also cannot tell Guang Yu the whole truth. Because if Guang Yu learns the truth, he will try to fight Asura to stop the Hell Gate from opening, and Asura will kill him. So Go-young has no choice. He must repeat the same past again, because this is the only future where humanity survives the longest. Then we see Go-young give the egg to Guang Yu. He says, take good care of this is your fate. Guang Yu asks, who are you? Go-young replies, when time comes you will understand yourself. For now, just hold this. Guang Yu looks at the egg and thinks, how can an egg be my fate? Go-young feels very sad. This is a cruel fate. He has no choice except to repeat the past again, but then Go-young hears something and hesitates for a moment. Guang Yu says, thank God, at least in this famine, we got something to eat. But it would have been better if I got this earlier. I could have saved Go-young's life. When Go-young hears the name Go-young, he gets shocked. He asks, what did you just say? Guang Yu says, I didn't say anything. I was talking about this mother and son. Go-young asks, you said Go-young, who is this Go-young? Guang Yu replies, this child's name is Go-young. He and his mother both died of hunger. I couldn't save them. Go-young is stunned. He asks, when did this child named Go-young die? Guang Yu answers, about half a day ago, I think. Go-young thinks he died while Yama was still alive. That means his soul went to hell. Suddenly, Go-young disappears from there. Next scene, in hell, we see the human Go-young, the same child who died of hunger. He is shouting loudly. Is anyone here? Great King Yama, I'm back. Where are you? He thinks. At least in this life, I wasn't killed by anyone, nor did I kill anyone. I just starved to death. Great King Yama, where are you? Then a voice comes from behind. Yama is no more. Human Go-young turns around and asks, who are you? The monster devourer version of Go-young says, my name is Go-young. Human Go-young says, that's strange. My name is also Go-young. But what do you mean Yama is no more? Monster devourer Go-young says, you must be close to Yama to worry like that. Human Go-young replies, close? How could I dare? The Great King has been protecting me. Actually, it wouldn't be strange if I had been annihilated long ago. It's all thanks to the Great King that I'm still here. Even though human Go-young committed many crimes in his life, murders and other bad deeds, King Yama never fed him to the monsters in hell. Instead, he gave him some small punishment and sent him back to be reborn. Because King Yama was very lonely. He just wanted a true friend. And he considered Go-young his real friend. Every time Go-young reincarnate on Earth, he would do something bad, get killed, and come back to meet King Yama. This happened many times. Monster devourer Go-young remembers. So that's why King Yama always protected me. He protected me every time, and I never did anything for him. Then Monster devourer Go-young says, I have thought of a way to change the future. Human Go-young asks, future? Monster devourer Go-young says, I'm sorry Go-young, and suddenly he opens human Go-young's mouth and says, I will give you my power. Now you will eat shit and fight monsters. The only way to prevent the destruction 300 years later is the balance of power. We must create a great King Yama equal to the creator god. With that, all the power of Monster Devourer flows completely into human Go-young. Now their plan seems to be, make King Yama as powerful as the creator god. Because the creator god is extremely powerful, but the god of hell is not equal to him, this imbalance is destroying the universe. If King Yama also becomes as powerful as the creator god, maybe the balance of the universe will be restored, and the world can be saved. Well, we will find out what happens next only in the next season, because this season has ended here. I don't know when the next season will come, but whenever it does, I will be very excited to make the next recap video. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. There are many more amazing recaps on the channel. Go check them out too. That's all for now. See you in the next video. Bye!